On there we go.
There we go. We're playing some Affinity. This looks like a keeper.
Yeah.
We're gonna keep playing for a while. We're gonna try to do dailies when they pop up, but until then, we're just gonna keep grinding out matches. Tomorrow we'll be playing Live Magic, and Thursday we will be doing Modern Masters Draft. If we had a little bit more time, we'd consider draft here, but we'll just be playing for a couple hours today. Do you like the Blink Moth? I like the Ink Moth better. We'd rather do poison damage over physical damage. Right, I think. You gotta wait for.
It's gotta wait to resolve. Okay. Cast for 2 life.
Now, if I could cast anything here, if we had another mana source, I would definitely go with the Steel Overseer.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, that'd be crazy.
I've had some exciting starts before practicing out. Let's go ahead and F6 this turn. Practicing out, and any opening hands with Steel Overseers on turn 1 turned out to be pretty sweet.
Alright, so should we cast the Steel Overseer?
We should attack with both. We should attack with both. Give him the opportunity to use something. He probably doesn't have any mainboard artifact destruction. I can't imagine that.
Man, that would be epic. Attack with both.
Yep. Drop a Steel Overseer. This is one of the less, usually one of the cool parts about Affinity is it is an aggressive deck. It is a high-powered Tier 1 deck. But also, it has a lot of play. There's a lot of complexity in the deck itself. Usually the play lines aren't as linear as it was this time, where it was just, turn 1, Mem Knight, Ball Scourge, turn 2, Steel Overseer. There's a little bit more variation. And we did have the option to attack with poison or attack for regular damage, but usually building your board out is better. I'd like to draw a colored source next turn. This person is playing Bad Infect. Bad Infect is not a good deck.
Nice.
Well, we just take the 1 Infect. And
what?
I was thinking we could make an indestructible artifact, but that actually won't help that much.
Well, we can't this turn because
no, I was thinking next turn. It's not even helpful in next turn. All right,
so
we want to play Steel Overseer. Then we want to
tap our Steel Overseer and then attack.
No,
right?
we want to play Steel Overseer, but wait, don't do that yet because we want to activate and animate one of our Nexuses to make it a 2/2. Now, do we want a 2/2 Infect, or I think we want damage? I think we're on the damage plan. So tap the Ink Moth Nexus and the Darksteel Citadel to cast the Steel Overseer.
Tap these 2 to cast the Darksteel. Okay, so Steel Overseer first.
Yeah, and then it doesn't particularly matter either way. And then activate the Blink Moth Nexus by tapping itself, making a 1/1 creature, and then tap your Steel Overseer.
Yep.
And our opponent will have... I think we just attack with everything. I think
you're correct.
Next turn...
I mean, he might have mutagenic growth, but then he can't use it for offense.
Yeah.
And then F2. F2.
Alright, so next turn, if our opponent... well, I guess it depends what they do. I think we kill them next turn if they don't do anything else, because we'll be able to add 2 more counters with both Steel Overseers.
Yeah, that's almost death.
And 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You can just F6.
Well, I hit F6, but apparently I didn't hit it solidly enough.
Oh, you can hit it again, because we don't have anything to do.
Well, we might want to block, but we still get a chance to block.
Blocking
F6,
is automatic
right?
in spite of the F6, yeah. You can always hit F3 to undo those things, but we don't normally need to. Alright. So
okay.
he's going to
so that's happening.
try to kill us this turn with 9 more poison.
Well, it became a 5/5 somehow. 8/8.
Okay, we just have to kill him next turn.
No, we're dead.
Nope, he mutagenic growth. Okay, well, sometimes you lose no matter what you would have done. There was literally no way to win that match, but that is a very good Infect, possibility. Okay.
Huh. Nice.
Yeah, we just put in a Whip Flare. No, Whip Flare doesn't even help that much. His guy was an artifact. Hey, you remember in Infect deck they said that we pull in the Chalices? Let's try the Chalice in, and what'd they say?
Take out Signal Pest or Springleaf Drum.
They said we take out Mem Knights and Welding Jars.
Mimnots and welding jars. I don't understand that.
The sideboarding plan the other person talked about the other day. The power of our 1-drops is so high that we just don't care. I think we should start with the Mimnite. No, sorry. Start with the welding jar and the Ornithopters.
Okay. So what else do we want in the deck? Do we want...
I think we just put back in...
We want Thoughtseizes, right? Because he's kind of a combo deck?
Yeah, sure. I don't know if we need that many. Well, we need some amount of 0-drops to go with the Spring Leaf Drums. They become very bad if we drop all of them.
Yeah.
I think we should go 1 Thoughtseize. So take out 2 Thoughtseizes.
You think we should only play 1 of 3 Thoughtseizes from the board? It seems like an all or nothing to me.
I mean, there's not ever... First of all, we probably don't need 3 Thoughtcasts. We don't need Insole Artifact. So let's get rid of everything we don't want. And then let's
get Insole Artifact.
We want removal.
So if he's playing the other creatures, Whip Flare will come in handy. I think that's probably a thing.
Yeah, he's probably playing another one.
And so we probably take out 2 Thoughtcasts, even though I don't really like that idea.
We really don't have anywhere else to cut from. I think that's the best cuts if that's the direction you want the deck to go.
Alright, and then Master of Ethereum, is that good against him or not good?
It's just big. It makes other stuff big. It's fine. I'm not sure. I think 1 Master of Ethereum is better than the 3rd Etched Oracle or Etched Champion. I don't know what else you want to play.
Let's try it this way. Yeah. I'm gonna look up some sideboarding guys, I think.
Yeah, we have 3 of the Thoughtseize for the combo matchups. I'm just not 100% sure how combo only oriented Infect is, but there's different parts there. So
I think we should probably put what's his name in the 04 pay 2 life redirect a spell.
Spell Skites.
Yeah,
There's a possibility. Let's pull back up the chat stream so we can see that on the side.
yeah.
Alright.
Alright, this seems like a pretty reasonable deck. Not many threats.
It's alright.
It does have an Ink Moth, so it's probably better than a Mulligan.
We've got turn 1, Darkstill, Citadel, Springleaf Drum, Mox Opal.
So you'd rather do that over the Ink Moth Nexus?
We gotta activate the Mox Opal, then we don't have to do that either. We can just do turn 1 Ink Moth Nexus, Springleaf Drum as well.
Well, actually, if we go Dark Citadel, Springleaf Drum, Mox Opal, we have another mana, and we can use that
To do nothing.
to do nothing.
Yeah. So well, let's go ahead and play our Ink Moth Nexus then.
Ink Moth Nexus.
Just click it. And Springleaf Drum.
Springleaf Drum. No need to play the Mox Opal.
Yeah, next turn we'll do Citadel, Siege, Mox Opal. We'll have Steel Overseer, and that'll be... Hopefully we draw 1-drop so we can play our Steel Overseer as well. Or multiple creatures. Alright, so Glistener Elf.
Nice.
Alright, Darksteel Citadel.
Darksteel Citadel.
Mox Opal.
Mox Opal. Oh, you have to right click and cast,
You
right?
click,
Okay.
yep. And then Steel Overseer, tap Springleaf Drum, Cranial Plating, and hope our opponent doesn't just murder us outright again. The good news is next turn we can play and equip Cranial Plating to Inkmoth Nexus, and that'll be
Yeah, a
1,
whole
2,
lot of damage.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we'll have my turn 2-turn infect clock, so he might just be dead.
And then F6.
And one more F6. Yeah, I don't think the infect deck has the possibility of usually killing us on turn 1.
It wasn't turn 1, but it was very close. It was turn 3.
Alright, that was one of the better ones. So let's play Ornithopter first. I guess we just cast a land and equip the, or activate the Ink Moth Nexus and equip it to the Ink Moth Nexus.
Alright, so...
And we're gonna right click and equip the cranial plating.
Equip to this.
Yep.
For
one black. For 1 mana of any color, actually.
1 mana.
Alright, and tap the Steel Overseer.
And then you put a 1/1 count on everything.
And then I think we just make sure to block next turn with the Ornithopter.
And then main phase, forget spells. Okay, so hit attack. Send this guy, hit F2. The interface is really slowing me down.
Yep, you need it. Okay, again. And you go ahead and F6. Alright, on his turn, we probably shouldn't F6.
So we shouldn't have F6 because I think we should have moved the cranial plating over to the Ornithopter.
Oh, because you wanted to move. Yeah. I mean, I guess it technically trades, but it still trades, so you can pump or not.
I mean, we could actually do it very craftily.
No, because we would... Well, we can do it after
So we can do
blocks.
it, declare blocks, and then
Spring Leaf Jump, put it on.
instant speed, click it. Begin combat. You can begin combat.
Hey there, CJ. CJ is one of our friends there. Well, I guess we just outed him, didn't we? I mean, Nimble Mongoose. Alright.
So we might as well block.
Yeah, so go to declare blockers. We should have another phase right after this, and then you can equip the cranial plating.
Alright, so now we hit OK, right? And then if he does anything, we'll equip it. Bleh.
We can equip it either way. Alright, that's it. So we have a little bit of a sideboard guide personally now.
Yeah.
So the sideboard we went with against Infect was 2 Chalice of the Void, 3 Thoughtseize.
So we took out 2 Thought Casts,
2 Insol Artifacts, 2 Memnites, Welding Jar. What else did we bring in?
and why isn't it letting me build another column over here? This is really annoying. There we go.
You just gotta.
So we put 2 Thought Casts, 2 Insol Artifacts, 2 Memnites, and a Welding Jar. We took out that, and we added the 2 Chalices,
The 3 Thoughtseizes.
the 3 Thoughtseizes, which have been stacked, and the 2 Whip Flavors. So.
Yeah. I'm almost tempted to try the 1 Stubborn Denial against that deck since it's so spell-centric to win, but I don't think I want to take anything out. I think I'd rather have 1 Thoughtcast in the first Stubborn Denial. Maybe... Nah, I really like everything else. Yeah. Alright, let's go for game 3. For those of you guys that are watching, Brad does know how to play Magic quite well.
Yeah,
he hasn't made bad decisions.
very good in paper.
He's just very bad.
Very bad at this interface. Okay, so he decides and then we decide. So we have 3 Mox Opals, 2 Ornithopters, which means we have 1 mana.
We have 1 mana multiple. We actually
Well,
have
so
2
we
mana,
actually have 3 mana for 1 turn if we want.
But I think this is
Which
a
means
mulligan.
can't we first turn Chalice of the Void? Ornithopter, Mox Opal, tap for a mana. Mox Opal, tap for a mana, Chalice of the Void on 1. I think we should try this.
Let's try it. I think it's a bad.
Because we go first, right? No, he lost. He goes first.
Yeah.
I think we should keep.
I think this is a bad hand, especially on the draw. But we'll see. F6, since we can't do anything. The good news is if he does play something, we can Chalice and then follow that up with a Whip Flare. So let's Chalice first. So Ornithopter, Mox Opal.
Cast.
Alright.
Cast.
Tap your Mox Opal for mana.
Tap for a...
It doesn't matter. We're playing
blue.
Play your Mox Opal and then read the text very carefully. Because I don't know which one you keep. Because I don't play Legends much. It's going to act as to... Click the untapped
Choose a Mox Opal to keep. I'll keep the untapped one.
Alright, tap it.
Tap.
Alright, Chalice of the Void on 1.
Chalice of the Void.
Just click the island twice. Okay.
Currently 1. Okay. Chalice on 1. What happens?
Alright, we F6.
And then F6.
So
Now, had he not played an effect creature the first turn, that would have been quite epic.
we still lose to Inkmoth Nexus. F6.
So we are not intending to block.
No, we're gonna play a Mox Opal, and next turn we're gonna play Steel Overseer. He can't play any of his pump spells. I don't think there's any of his pump spells he can play now.
I actually don't think he can play a single one of them now.
The way he needs to win at this point is playing Wild Defiance and targeting with 2 mana protection spells. He can kill us that way.
Huh, well, he conceded. So
Oh,
apparently, that is the spell to play in this matchup.
I would not have conceded that match. It was him.
Well,
He has a
it
lot
didn't
of
mean anything.
Yeah, but
Why would he play something that's difficult unless he wanted to learn? I mean,
learning
clearly he's not here to learn.
learning is the goal. Let's try another
No,
match.
he's not here to learn. Alright, host a new match. I assume I'm in the same everything, right?
Yeah, we're just in the practice queues right now. Once Brad has a really good grasp on
I like
things.
the YOLO there.
He knows it. I mean,
I thought that was the correct play.
well, the reason I don't like that hand is if we were assuming he has the 1 mana one, if we don't really, let's say we didn't draw the Steel Overseer and we just drew other sources, there's a lot of situations where he places 1 drop and then follows with an Inkmoth Nexus, and then all of a sudden we're staring down 2 or 3 poison a turn.
But we do have 2 blockers. We can
shitty O2.
slowly crawl back into that one.
Affinity is a deck that if you can't have a critical mass of artifacts, you're not going to win.
Yeah, it wasn't a great hand, but I didn't think it was worth trying to mulligan that. So.
If we were playing,
Not to mention we had the Whip Flare, so we could have answered his creature.
His first one, right? Well, I was worried about the Inkmoth Nexuses more than anything else.
So.
Inkmoth Nexus is what made me iffy on that hand. We need to go. Oh, he's already gone. Yeah, there we go.
You lost the die roll, waiting to see if this person is going to keep. I believe we are going to keep, yes. Keep. So we want to try the Inkmoth Nexus again this time, right?
We want to draw a Darksteel Citadel so we can have turn 1. Well, not really anything important, but...
So right now we can...
Wait to go to...
Not really do anything.
Alright. So yeah, Inkmoth Nexus, Springleaf Drum, Ornithopter. We're going to hold the Mox Opal.
I can just click this and then click this. There we go.
And
Ornithopter. Ornithopter, cast.
We don't have anything for 1. Wait, no, yeah, let's Mox Opal and Cranial Plating. Oh! They are unwilling to play Affinity. Well, I forgot about that part. We did it. They conceded.
So, alright, we would have played the Mox Opal. We would have had 3. That would have given us 2 mana for the Cranial Plating.
Correct.
That means on the next turn we would have had 1, 2... We would have had 3 mana again, so we could have played either the Edge Champion or click the Cranial Plating and swung, which is probably what we would have done.
We would have played the Edge Champion.
Actually, we could have played the X Champion and then used the... No, that wouldn't work.
Yeah.
No, we could have played the X Champion and then used the X Champion's mana to click the Cranial Plating and hit him for 1 more. So we could have hit him for...
Several. It would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
3, 4. Yeah, I think it would have been 5.
And
It
then
would have been 4, though.
What? You just count them. There's
1,
all 3.
2,
5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it would have been 5 damage. So that was a pretty epic start. So epic, we got a concession. Host a new match. Alright, I'm going to have my kill count at 2. 2 kill count.
Yeah.
Both with concessions.
So, right now we're playing the Affinity deck. Tomorrow we will be playing Paper Modern and Paper Legacy and Paper Standard.
You won the die roll. Would you like to play first? Always.
It's an easy keep.
Has 1 land, 1, 2, 3 free creatures, and an Arcbound Ravager.
A lot of draws.
2 Arcbound Ravager. Alright, yeah, it's a decent keep.
It's decent. This isn't great, but there's a lot of things that make it very good. A Glimmer Void, any sort of mana source that'll let us play this Thoughtcast for essentially free.
Yeah. That was without casting a mana first and did all that.
Well, unfortunately, we don't have a 1-drop,
F6.
so we can't take advantage of all of these extra ones. All right, let's go ahead and
F6 his turn.
play a sacrifice thing. I want to F3 it up.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not. All right, so that's Dark Steel Citadel. We want to play the Ravager before anything else.
Alright, so Ravager. I'm getting a lot faster with this interface. I was clunky yesterday. And then we go to attacks.
Yep. We want to attack with multiple creatures.
Do we want?
We want to attack with, in case he kills our Arcbound Ravager in response. Like a lightning bolt. Okay, and F2, no more F6ing because we have the Arcbound Ravager, which, you know, it's a good life.
Yep.
Alright, our opponent is not playing lightning bolt. Oh. Still probably not playing lightning bolts. Okay.
Taking the full 3 like a real man.
A lot of damage. They are.
And lightning bolting on.
Arcbound Ravager.
Where does it say that?
This is the target.
This is the target?
Yeah.
Ah.
Right.
See, when you mouse over it, it goes away. So now, do we want to sacrifice anything to the Ravager and then sacrifice the Ravager? I would say no.
No, we have another Ravager in hand. There's no real reason to.
Well, that being said, we don't really need the 2 Ornithopters. So.
Ooh. Thoughtcast is going to make having more artifacts. Things like Still
Alright,
Overseal.
sacrifice an artifact, sacrifice that artifact.
Click on the ability at the bottom because you sacrificed.
Click this guy?
Yeah.
And then click this guy.
Whatever you'd like to put the counter on. Ornithopter is probably the best choice.
Yes, because it has... Well, so the non-tapped Ornithopter would be the best choice, but I didn't do that, so...
I think the tapped one is the best choice because it does the most damage. That's what we're doing right now. We don't know what they're playing. They're playing green.
No, they've already taken the damage, so...
Oh, that's
doing
post-combat.
And...
Alright, you can F6 again because we don't have an Arcbound Ravager right now.
Yeah, so the untapped one would have been best in case they play a... Whatchamacallit?
A haste creature?
Well, specifically the Goblin one.
Goblin Guide?
Yeah, Goblin God. That's his name.
Is he playing some sort of zoo variant?
Mm,
Playing Goyfs?
I mean, that's not a bad creature. It's already 4/5, and it's turn 3 for me.
Alright, well, let's play Arcbound Ravager.
That's definitely the play here.
And the good news is we can chump block with Memnite, sacrifice the Arcbound Ravager, and put those counters on something else we need to. So I think we just stack for 1.
2.
And the other good news is if we draw any sort of colored source, Master of Ethereum can block the Tarmogoyf quite easily.
Step 2. Casting some sorceries. A colored source would be great for that Thoughtcast or the Master.
No, we don't run that many colored sources. We run the 3 or 4 Glimmer Voids and the Springleaf Drum, so it's very reasonable that we don't hit many. Also, we don't have that many colored
anything
cards.
that makes colored mana would be great right now.
We only have 7 sources, I think.
There's 4
Glimmer Voids. There are 3 Glimmer Voids, right?
There's 3 or 4 Glimmer Voids. There's 4 Springleaf Drums. There's 4 Mox Opals. So
Oh, I
all
forgot
of that
about
makes
those.
colored mana.
12's pretty good, but it's, you know.
He's doing something crafty. Alright, so against a deck with Tarmogoyfs, do we bring in Graveyard Hate?
No.
You don't think so?
I don't think we do.
I think we might as well, but...
I think the synergy pieces of it. I mean, I would take out like Welding Jar for it, but I think depending, we need to see more of his deck. I think we might rather just have cards like a.
May not get a chance to see more of his deck before we kill him.
We don't have a very strong position right now, but I would rather have Etched Oracle Etched. Oh, what? He didn't take that attack. He's really afraid of our cards that he shouldn't be afraid of.
Galvanic Blast, another card we can't cast. So, I think we hit him with the Inkmoth Nexus and the Ornithopter.
Alright, yeah.
Good chance he's going to kill it in response, but we just sacrifice it then. So, do we animate it and then go into the combat phase?
Yes.
Okay. Otherwise, it won't let you?
Correct.
Okay.
Alright, so that means we're attacking for 2.
One of them infect, and one of them no.
Well, we have enough board presence right now. If he taps out, because he can play a bolt and he can play a path right now. That's really what we have to worry about is him playing multiple things for Arcbound Ravager.
I know one thing he's not going to path. Attack. Bat.
So if he tries to kill our creatures or our Ravager, I might sacrifice a Memnite. I don't think I'd sacrifice much more than that. We do really want multiple.
So if he goes to kill the Ravager, you mean get it too big to die, or?
There's no way we can make it too big to die that would turn out profitably. Because he can have a Lightning Bolt and a Path to Exile.
Oh, okay. And you face post-combat. He just took it all.
Alright, I'm not sure exactly where our opponent's going with this. They should either be putting more pressure on with... Okay, Lightning Helix.
On the Ornithopter.
I would sacrifice...
the Ornithopter to the Ravager, right?
Not really.
You wouldn't do that?
Okay, so if he has a path, it's a bad play, but it's only a bad play if he has a path. If he has a path, we can play other cards. I think we should sacrifice our Ornithopter to the Ravager, and then sacrifice our Ravager to the Ravager, and put all those counters on the Ornithopter.
I think keeping the Ravager is actually the best play.
Okay, we'll go with that one.
Alright, so I need to right-click this guy and say sacrifice an artifact, and then So you think putting all the eggs on this basket is better than putting all on the Ravager?
The Ravager is fine as well. Just go with your Ravager plan. Let's try that one.
And then, does he still gain the life? I don't know.
No, he doesn't. It doesn't resolve.
Okay, so it doesn't resolve as much as it can.
Because it's one
Because it has no target.
Yeah, any spell with only one target can only do as much as the target says.
Okay.
If there was another target for that spell, if it said target player gained 3 life, he would have gained 3 life. But it doesn't.
Okay.
Our opponent's playing some sort of Guided Zoo deck. It looks like they're just playing regular Zoo, which doesn't normally play
I
Torment
think
Voice.
he's actually mana screwed.
Think he's a big Zoo deck, like a big Naya deck?
I don't know what he is, but he's mana screwed, so that's definitely hurting him.
We might just be sitting on lots of removal.
Yeah, but he doesn't have the mana to go with it. He's just now hit his 3rd land, and he chose to take 2 off of it.
Whew.
Well, I wasn't trying to counter you, elephant.
Some big dudes out there.
Big dudes. So...
Neither of those have trample, though, correct? Scroll over Lux and Smiter. I don't
No,
really
he
remember.
doesn't.
He doesn't?
No, I played standard, he did. I expect he's swinging this turn.
He should. And I think at this point we just take it.
Yeah, we do.
The argument for not taking it would be we're gonna prevent 40 damage sacrifice to increase the damage count to Arcbound Ravager, but I'm not sure. I do think that this might actually be the turn where we go all in for poison and try to poison race him. Maybe our
Seems reasonable. I'm not gonna block, I don't think.
Actually, you know what? I do like blocking. I like going sacrificing our 3 creatures and having a very large poison creature and putting him on a 2-turn poison clock. Just block that with the Memnite. Sacrifice the Memnite to the Arcbound Ravager.
We're at 20. I don't think you block that regardless.
You think you just take the damage regardless?
Yeah, I think you do, because our next card could change a lot of things.
Could be a Steel Overseer.
Because our next card could be a red source, and we Galvanic Blast that thing, and then are free to attack.
It's true.
So I don't think we block. FD.
So that goes back to the Affinity having multiple lines. One of the lines was the all-in line of trying to go for poison and a 2-turn kill. Brad's going
Well,
with
our path ends your plan, and he's most likely playing paths.
Most likely is.
See, there's a red source. So I think we tap the Citadel and play the Spring Leaf, and then we probably tap the...
Wait, can we just kill him this turn?
Can we kill him? He's at 11.
We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We cannot.
I count 2, 3.
The land's the Spring Leaf with Drum and the Galvanic Blast. It's putting everything on an Ornithopter. It's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
We have 7 infect right now.
It's 10. We can do 10 damage. No, we can do 10 damage to him.
Oh, we can?
Yeah.
But not 11.
Right? Midnight, Springleaf Drum, Arcband Ravager is 2, Inkmoth Nexus, Citadel is 6, and Galvanic Blast is 4. Yeah, we can put him to 1 this turn.
But not kill him.
Right. So do we want a Galvanic Blast or do you want to play Thoughtcast?
We might draw more mana by playing Thoughtcast. We haven't played a land yet, so that's probably the best play.
Alright, so we'll just tap the Midnight for... tap the Midnight.
Generally, we would tap the Ornithopter, right? Because we
might
don't intend to block.
We might have a situation where we draw cards that would rather us have a flyer.
Okay, let's just cast the Thoughtcast.
We can do the Arcbound Ravager since it's a card we're least likely to block with.
That's a good point, but we're most likely to attack with it if we get enough artifacts.
No, we'll just attack with the Ornithopter. We don't have to kill the Luxon Smiter that way.
Okay, so we want to attack what now? The Ravager?
Yep.
And we need a blue. So if you mess up and tap for the wrong color on this thing, do I get a chance to rewind that?
I'm
or
not
are we just
really thinking so.
Messed up. So we drew a Signal Pest, which we should play.
Yeah.
Or we can Galvanic Blast.
We can't Galvanic Blast or anything.
Oh, we don't have the color. Yeah. So boop, boop.
Okay. Well, I think we just pass, and next turn, if our opponent taps out again, we kill them. They're dead on board.
Yeah, pretty much, and they know it.
There's no attacks.
There's no attacks. F6. Oh, shouldn't F6 because of the Ravager.
Yeah, go ahead and F2.
He was tapped out at least.
You be playing those gut shots.
Or the 0 mana kill a creature, but isn't it non-artifact creature?
Yeah, it is. The packs.
He played another fetch land.
The cool part to him playing the packs is he would probably also lose. I don't really see a lot of black.
Definitely lose. That's a great way to lose. If you're going to lose anyway.
Alright, I think we do block with the Memnite. I really just don't want to keep... Well... No,
I mean, he doesn't have bump spells.
Yeah, we're just gonna go to 11. That's fine. And next turn we can swing out. Yeah, we don't need to block.
I mean, we're essentially a combo deck, so our life shouldn't matter until he kills us. Would you foot?
We have interaction. The thing about combo decks...
What is he going to get?
The thing about combo decks is that they don't only have the option to interact, and we have the option to interact, so that's an advantage for us.
Oh man, that's excellent.
Does that
that's
change?
the sideboard card, right? Yeah, he has sideboarded, right?
No, this is game.
No, this is game 1. He has that main board.
He's running. He's playing Big Naya, and he's just running a blood.
Hardcore.
Doesn't really matter because
no, it doesn't matter at all. Actually, they are not artifacts. Or
they're
still artifacts.
Yeah.
Okay, so it still says artifact.
All right, so let's go ahead.
How cool. So let me just count real quick. He has 1 blocker on the ground. This flies. So this can be a 5. 5, 6. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, he's dead.
Okay, we lose to a lightning bolt.
Lose to a lightning bolt.
He
does, in fact, have a mountain.
Alright, so when you did your math, was that before or after the Galvanic Blast?
Before or after the Galvanic Blast? That was without even using the Galvanic Blast.
Okay.
But we won't have the red to use it if I cast Ensoul Artifact.
Okay, let's do the math.
So let's do the math, assuming the thing I Ensoul Artifact dies.
No. Let's do the math. Let me see the math real quick. Oh, sorry.
Just don't start clicking stuff.
Yeah, let's say that we Galvanic Blast his Luxon Smiter with our Inkmoth Nexus. And then that's...
What do you mean with our Inkmoth Nexus?
With our mountain.
Whatever. Oh, with our mountain. Okay.
Right? And then we get this to lethal. We have to get that to 8 more. 1, 2... That counts as 1 already. 3... 5... Yeah, that's not going to work.
So if we insult artifact here on the signal pest, and then it takes a lightning bolt, then
That's fine because we can
we'll
sacrifice
have
it. Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is not death.
Yeah.
But then we'll have a galvanic. No, we couldn't galvanic blast at that point.
Yes, we can.
How?
We have a mountain.
Oh right, so then we can kill him.
Yeah.
That way.
So go ahead and put your insult artifact.
Insult artifact here, tapping the Ravager, right?
Sure, it doesn't really matter.
It does matter. So
It can
here, and then we want a blue. Oh, you're right. We could actually tap that. Midnight, and you're a mountain. So that resolved. So that means all we need to do is attack with the Signal Pest and the Ornithopter, right? So that's 5, 6,
Yeah, if they do
and
something.
then 7, 8.
We just attack
9,
with those two
10.
and we galvanic blast him.
Oh, okay.
Or we can just attack with those and sacrifice the artifacts and kill it. He only has access to a mountain. So it's one of the better lines there, right?
Yeah, the Insult artifacts I really like. I love that he's playing the Blood Moon in the main. I think one of our friends that's watching, his brother tried that once, and it did not work out well for him.
Depends on the meta. I like it in the meta right now that's very Abzan oriented, right? At least in paper. I'm not quite as sure on the Magic Online one. But if it's Abzan heavy meta, then Blood Moon's going to do you a lot of work. It's going to take them off of their colors fairly quickly. Our opponent's probably doing the math, realizing they're dead on board.
Quite dead.
No, they're not technically. If they have a bolt,
7,
they could bolt our Ornithopter, but they would have
8.
bolted our Signal Pest.
9, 10. Well, they're dead on board because we have an Arcbound Ravager.
Right, what I'm saying is that they should have bolted in response, but...
They probably didn't have it.
No, they don't, or they would have.
So
Because they're dead.
there's a good reason to put it on the Signal Pest as opposed to the Ornithopter, though. I think they don't realize they need to hit OK.
They may be looking for outs. I mean, we have been playing extremely slowly. Game 1 took us 18 minutes almost on our clock time.
Oh, well. That's true. They are at 19 minutes. And we're at 13.
Which is fine. It's just, you know...
Well, it's mostly us talking about it. And the fact that this interface is very hard to use.
Hey, it becomes like riding a really bad bicycle.
Like a squeaky one.
More like a bicycle that maybe doesn't have all the wheels and doesn't really use a chain, but kind of still gets you there in a rolling fashion.
Oh, okay.
So, you know. It does look like he's Big Knight, though. We haven't seen any, like... I'm assuming he's running 1-drops. It might be top of his curve. We've really only seen...
I don't really know this deck. It's not one I've ever encountered.
It's, you know...
I do like Luxodon Smiter and Termagoyf.
Just
the Blood Moon was really cool.
Well, we've seen 6 spells, right? We've seen
so he played the Lightning Helix and the Lightning Bolt, which I would play both of those, and I would definitely play 8 fetches. So
yeah, I would imagine he's running Kurt Ape and Lone Lion.
And like a real man, he took the full 3 off at least 2 of the shocks. So
I'm not sure if that was necessarily he wanted. I don't like how he didn't attack.
He drew mana at turn too late
with the Tarmogoyf.
So.
Well, also, if he kept a hand without 1-drops in a deck that doesn't have 1-drops.
Yeah,
or a deck that has 1-drops. Like, I don't know.
I don't know what his deck is. Is there any way to find that out after the match is over?
No.
Oh. That's weird.
If you do a daily event and they do
show
well,
you. Okay.
No. It just shows the 3 1s and the 4-0s.
Oh.
Alright, our opponent's really taking their time here.
They're really tanking. Maybe they're double queued.
Probably not. They're probably just looking for outs. Right.
Choose to clear attackers. I'll take
both of ours.
That and that.
Alright, there we go.
And then okay.
You have to okay.
Signal Pass. Yield to the triggered ability.
So if our opponent does Lightning Bolt the Ornithopter in response, and then we just sacrifice it to Arcbound Ravager and put lethal on the Signal Pest.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, we're good.
If they don't do that, if they just kill... If they have a way of killing the Ornithopter without tapping out, I think I would just kill with Galvanic Blast. Though I can't really think of any red spells other than Lightning Bolt that are really going to do a lot in this situation.
So right now we do nothing. We just let him take the 6, right?
Yeah, we'll Galvanic Blast him. I mean, it's fine for him to know we have Galvanic Blasts. We could have sacrificed our artifacts, but that puts us in a bad position if he somehow has some sort of answer in some sort of fashion. Alright, we Galvanic Blast, and that's the match. Or, sorry, that's the game. I'm going to go ahead and play the second game, because we only have a couple minutes.
Yeah, he's much faster in the interface. Blech.
But no better.
No better, just faster.
That's right. All right.
So I don't think whip flares are worth it.
No, it's not. We might if he has more small creatures.
So we probably want to put the master and the
Edge Champion
in.
I would consider
probably the Planeswalker.
Tezzeret, maybe not. This is the amount of burn he has makes me not really want to play that as much.
Well, so I'm not exactly sure what it does because I've never played with it before.
All right, so Tezzeret has a couple of different abilities. First, you can look at the top 5 of your library,
reveal an artifact,
and
put
put
it
it
in
in
your
your
hand. Rest of the bottom. Target artifact becomes a creature, and yeah, I think that's exactly what we want to be playing in this matchup.
Let's see what we're taking out first.
I
took out Welding Jar.
Welding Jar, and actually in Soul Artifacts I would take out too, even though they were clutch in that game. And then that gives us the 3 slots, I believe, that we wanted. So for the Master, the Etch Champion, which it reorganized, and your Tezzeret.
Try Tezzeret. See, I'm iffy on Tezzeret because it requires 2 colors of mana, but let's give it a go.
Yeah, but then it makes something a 5/5, and that's
do we want to pull in a
really
Wear
hard.
and Tear to get rid of the
Blood Moon? I don't
Yeah.
think it matters.
We lose a lot of value in our Blink Moth Nexuses and our Ink Moth Nexuses. That's 8 cards we have very vulnerable to it that we'd rather have. I think I'd actually rather have a Wear and Tear than I would have those. Blood Moon's not a card I want to have to deal with if I'd like to do extra damage.
I mean, you can do what you want. I would keep the Tezzeret in, actually, and take out something else to make room.
Take something else.
Maybe... Well, so Steel Overseer is a 1/1, and he's got a lot of removal, so you're not going to have very many creatures unless you're already winning. So maybe Steel Overseer. Your flyers are really good in this matchup, so I wouldn't take those out. And not paying any mana, such as Midnight, seems good. So
let's just try the Tezzeret. We'll see how important the lands are in this deck.
See, I don't know. I don't know if he's going to keep the Blood Moons in or not because they're good against us, but we played right through it and it didn't matter. So.
They're fine against us, but I would keep them. They take off this is a keep. It's land heavy.
Very land heavy.
But assuming he doesn't play something early to kill us, we'll play turn 2 Thoughtcast.
So I would probably play the Ink Moth and the Vault Scourge and then the Signal Pest.
What? But then I can't tech the Mox Opal. I have 3 artifacts now. Because the Dark Steel set it
Okay,
all
so
away.
the Vault Scourge is actually an artifact as well.
Right, but if I play the Ink Moth, then it's not an artifact and I don't have enough.
Oh, okay. My bad. I forgot it's only an artifact when you make it a creature.
Yeah.
So
that's why Glimmer Void is the lowest priority. Glimmer Void is the lowest priority land. You only want to cast it when you need a colored source. Alright, so here we're going to cast Glimmer Void and Thoughtcast.
We got it beat. I don't know how you did it.
And that hopefully should be in a position where we can do something with... Here we go. Let's go ahead and attack first. And then afterwards, hopefully he'll burn one of our creatures, and if not, we'll play the Steel Overseer. He's likely to kill it, which is fine. He's going to be probably killing something every turn until he plays a bigger creature. Not much we can do about that. The good news is...
Did he kill anything yet?
I would expect him to kill Steel Overseer this turn.
Oh.
if he plays a Tarmogoyf for something else, we'll just kill it with a Galvanic Blast. We'll drop our Inkmoth Nexus and add to our poison count. Every poison damage counts quite a bit. Take out a Memnite. So yeah, I'm seeing a lot of people say take Memnites out. I think they're probably right. I think Memnite might be just the worst card once people know what's up, just because it has the least amount of evasion and effect. I do like the 0 casting artifacts in general.
I don't know. I like the explosiveness that comes from having those.
Oh, Bonfire of the Damned for 1. Well, that is one way to beat us, is to top deck like a champ.
Did they top deck that?
They have to. It's a
Did it
miracle.
say miracle?
Yeah.
No, they did it for 1. They had hardcast from that.
Oh, they hardcast it. Oh. I wonder if they bring that in from the board.
Don't know. Wiped. Might as well play that.
The good news is we can still Glimmer Void. Because we can have 3 artifacts at any time we want. And I messed up.
Oh, you made it a creature and then pushed right through it?
Yep. Which is fine. We can still Galvanic Blast, but we really don't have a lot of pressure at this point.
You might as well have 6 at this point, right?
I already think I already... No, I have 3. I can Galvanic Blast his creatures.
Oh.
Assuming he plays one. Yeah.
Out of the reliquary. Well, you can't Galvanic Blast that.
Yeah, I can.
Nope.
Nah.
No.
Yeah.
No, he's got a Windswept Peak.
Yeah, because he put the play... Eek. Alright, yep. I guess I really can't. Alright, fortunately, this army of Ornithopters will win us the game. Not really. We're going to swing for 2 with the with Inkmoth Nexus. Alright. Let's go ahead and activate this. Play red or black, whatever. Alright, and let's hit for 2 Infect. Alright, so we're really just hoping for a Cranial Plane, anything of that nature. We still have a pretty competitive clock on our opponent. They will outrace us with damage at this point, but we have a lot of draws that kill them, actually, very quickly. Something like a Cranial Plating. We're going to be trying to use Galvanic Blast as more of a controlling element. We'll take the first hit or 2 off of... well, no, we won't. Yeah, he's playing some big Naya deck. We're going to go ahead and block with the 9 of the Reliquary, the Ornithopter, while he does not have Kessig Wolf run up. Oh my gosh. He's representing...
Death. Just absolute death.
He's representing... God, what's it called?
Lightning Helix.
To kill our creature.
It's actually got the artifact one represented as well.
Alright. So let's go ahead and activate. I really don't have much of an option other than activating. Let's see if he kills it in response. No? Okay, we'll probably just kill it on damage.
Whoa. Oh, there you go.
Alright. Yeah. That's what I expected. Really don't have the position to go around those things. These Knight of Reliquaries are going to do some work.
Yep.
And with Kessig Wolf Run, we don't really get too many options to taper down that damage.
Nope.
So he is playing a big Naya deck. Oh. A very big Naya deck.
What does Johnny do?
He can tap a permanent and it doesn't untap the next turn. He can
that would be
Lightning Helix.
Unbelievable.
It's fine.
Nice.
We'll go ahead and kill a Johnny Vengeant. Yes, I would.
What to do? What?
Kill his Johnny Vengeant.
Ah.
It redirects. You target the player and redirects to the Johnny.
Well, he doesn't have the cast scroll front up, so
I'll block with a Mimnite to save 5, and that'll buy us 1 extra turn. And that's all we need. We're probably going to lose. I don't think we have many outs at this position. Alright, let's go ahead and a 6. See what our last turn brings us. Probably brings us death.
probably.
Alright, so he is playing very big creatures.
So he did not draw mana the first game, as I thought.
I'm surprised he doesn't actually have more spells early. Usually in Naya builds, you're seeing things like Loam Line and other stuff not to get run over. I think we went with most just good draws, really. I think we're just a good draw away from having a winning strategy. All right. Our opponent did not use Kessig Wolf Run to kill us there, like they thought they would not, because they were tapping it prior. Alright, and they should bolt us. Our opponent is not
practicing.
I don't know if I'd call that practicing.
They're playing poorly. It's clearly they're trying to get better. They are still winning, though.
Alright, let's see anything. I don't think we had actually too many natural outs for this game. Hey, Bubbist MTG. Bubbist? Bubblies. We are currently practicing with somebody who doing okay. Not making always the best decisions, but looks like they're going to crush us.
Yep.
Let's go ahead and concede. Let's go to the last match. To the attack. Alright, so what do I actually want? He's playing Big Naya. Against Big Naya, I would like... Actually, I think I actually like the stuff that we have here. I think this is the build I like for Big Naya. They said that the Mimnites might want to come out, but I'm not sure what really we'd want to get rid of.
So if you take the Mimnite out, you get...
What would we rather have than a Mimnite?
I don't think in Soul Artifact's probably what you want, so...
I don't think I want Wear and Tear either.
So, seems like you got it.
I think I'm going to
need to draw like a champ. That's what you need.
Just a reasonable draw.
Oh, if he wouldn't have, third turned, killed all your creatures.
Second turn.
That was third, but it was his third turn. He went first.
Yeah. Okay, so this hand has an unexciting 1-drop, an unexcited 2-drop, and 2 etched oracles, which I'm going to keep based on the etched oracles. We're going to start with the Inkmoth Nexus in case he kills it, or Signal Pest. We always want to hold the Glimmer Void last anyway, just because
the really like
that
an indestructible land.
Yeah, the Darksteel Citadels make a big difference there. Do we have a Planeswalker format deck? Planeswalker format? I'm not exactly sure what a Planeswalker format deck is.
Nope.
Is that something specific to MTGO Online? Alright, so...
So he has Mana Ramp, it's just he didn't play it the first game. I would play the Island. You
would not Galvanic Blacks the Noble Hierarch to keep him off 3 drops next turn?
Sure, we'll do that. Of course, if he kills your Signal Pest, you're going to feel real foolish.
That's true as well. But I don't think we'll have an opportunity as much to kill his other big creatures. I guess we can try to pressure out damage early. Probably should have attacked first. Wait, I'm not attacking.
Yep, you're definitely not attacking. I don't think you want to play the Glimmer Void.
Opponent is running on... What? There's the other land.
So, a 1-2 Termaglyph? Seems like something I'd kill.
So you think we should Signal Pest, Galvanic Blast, and equip the Signal Pest and attack?
Yep, that seems like 3 mana. Do we have...
We have enough.
Well, we have enough, but you really... Okay, so... If he does anything that makes the Termaglyph bigger... Wait, well, that's not going to work. That's an instant. You got to respond to it by turning this into an artifact and make it do 4.
How would that make it?
Just trust me. That's how it worked.
Oh, because it needs Metalcraft.
I don't know why you tapped it. I think
that was a very bad play on my part.
Well, I mean, it's fine.
Well, not really, because if I played the artifact first, we'd have another represented damage.
Now, if he kills something in response to save the Termagant, that's going to be really funny.
I'm not familiar with playing against Termagant.
Well, so when the Galvanic Blast resolves, it makes the Termagant one bigger, so it would actually live without Metalcraft.
Right.
You understand that in paper.
Yeah, I just didn't think about that here.
So
definitely should have kept my eye on that little piece right there. Though Brad's... Oh, he killed it in response.
Killed what in response? Oh, he took you off Metalcraft in response.
Yeah. And made that a 4/5.
Nice. So you should have cast the Signal Pest first.
Yes.
It wouldn't have mattered because he still had the thing.
Which is fine. Next turn we'll play an Etch Champion. And then we'll start attacking with our Signal Pest.
And then we'll attack with its champion as well, right?
No, we'll keep an Etch Champion back to
well,
where
you
it is.
have two of them, so.
Yeah, over the turns.
So the thing we really want to draw next turn is a land, I believe.
Yes.
Or anything that makes mana, basically.
Just an opal or that. Well,
I mean, you can tap the Signal Pest, it's not going to matter.
we'd prefer to get the indestructible land so that we're in a position where Etch Champion wouldn't die to 2 removal spells. Oh. Huntmaster of the Fowls.
Whoa.
When this enters the battlefield, put a 2/2. And if no spells are cast, it deals 2 target to damage creature and that. Okay. So we... Perfect draw. Alright, so we've got an invincible creature.
So,
Let's go ahead and equip this here.
yeah.
And next turn we're going to play Etch Champion. We'll have 2 Etch Champions. He has a 1-turn window where we won't have 2 Etch Champions and an indestructible land.
So you're going to attack for 4?
Yes.
Okay. That's what I would do.
Yeah, we're going to try to really push that damage through. He has better spells than us throughout the game, so we need to get our quick advantage and get our damage in and push this to the end as quickly as possible. I don't think that... He has outs. He doesn't need to play 2 removal spells this turn. If he plays another red-white source...
Actually, he probably won't play anything. He'll probably attack. He'll probably attack with the wolf and the Termagant.
Okay.
That's what I would do.
I would take the damage from the Termagant and kill the wolf.
I actually think you should take the wolf and block the Termagant. Because he's not going to cast a spell, so this flips and he kills Signal Pest. That's what he's going to do. I would just block the Termagant. I wouldn't worry about the wolf.
Alright.
And so now his Huntmaster is going to flip. Because he's probably not going to cast anything. Or maybe he has something better to do. Apparently he has something better. Oh, another Huntmaster. Yeah, I think I would probably do that.
Alright. So we are going to tap 3.
Now I would probably hold both the Etched Champions back.
Yeah, just attack 4.
Go ahead and play the Ornithopter.
You don't want to hold the Ornithopter to... Well, I guess multiple flipping his Huntmaster isn't particularly helpful.
They don't flip.
From casting multiple spells.
Oh, okay.
We do have him dead very quickly.
You just want to do the 6, I think.
Yeah, because he's dead next turn.
No, he's not.
We have lethal.
He just doesn't cast a spell and he kills 2 of our creatures.
And he gains no life. Yeah, he kills 2 of our creatures. It's fine. Oh, our second main phase, we should have moved the cranial plating. Those are very bad.
Yeah, that was bad.
Alright, so he's going to wait another... Wait, when does this... I'm not exactly...
It flips at the beginning of our upkeep, killing 2 of our creatures. Unless he keeps casting spells.
So he's going to Miracle Bonfire of the Damned.
Why wouldn't he? Yeah. For 2.
Should just do it for everything, because the damage goes to us.
Okay. I mean, I guess I would have done that too. So, 2 wolves and a Termaglyph? Oh, everything. Well, so kill a Huntmaster and block the Termaglyph, right?
Yeah.
If we don't draw a spell, then it gets really bad.
I think he's dead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He's just dead.
Oh.
He's been dead since last turn. That's why I was wondering, because he has to win this turn not to die. I'm not quite sure what he can have to stop
He can't.
cards with protection from all colors. Let's go ahead and cast this for black-white. This is just, yeah, it's just lethal. I mean, we died of fog.
Man. I hope we died of fog.
It's a card to die to.
That would be epic.
It would be
Big
awesome.
Nigh of Fog. That's what they call this deck.
Yeah, so I think that his deck is particularly weak to a lot of other decks. It seems bad against combo and... What? Oh, he's drawing a card to see if he doesn't have to die this turn. He has to die this turn.
No card in Magic. No card in Magic would say.
2 Simian Spirit Guides into a Manamorphose into a Fog saves him.
Oh, okay.
So
you were
know,
correct.
Now he only has 2 cards. There's no 1 card in Magic. Alright.
He's dead, Jim.
Yeah, so I don't like this Big 9 build. I think that I like...
Oh, I mean, I think it's fun, but...
There's just too many 4-drops. I don't mind having a Johnny Avenger... Maybe 3 4-drops in a deck that has Lone Lions, Curd Apes, Tarmogoyfs, you know.
He might have Birds of Paradise, too, and just never saw them.
Just ways to put on early pressure. Like, can you see his deck beating a combo deck? Does it ever beat Splinter Twin?
I don't think it beats very much, actually. I don't even think it beats Abzan. So...
Right, and that's the reason I...
Because his creatures aren't as big as the Abzan creatures. So.
That was... Oh, the Planeswalker format as, like, the starter format. We don't right now. That might be something we look at later. We'll probably just put the money into that. Me and Brad are in the fortunate position of having friends at Lotus Decks. One of our friends here.
Luckily.
But also, like, we're looking at different modern decks that before we decide to go in on one. But we have the funds to, to get a modern deck or something of that nature.
Especially since it's being reprinted, a lot of the stuff.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to have Brad run a match this time so you can get more familiar with it.
I'm actually going to let you do it this time again.
Oh, okay. I need to get more familiar with the deck and not making bad plays.
So I can pilot the deck just fine, but I can't do it quickly. And he can pilot MTGO fairly well. Every once in a while clicks through a phase. I don't usually click through phases because I'm so slow at the client.
Alright, let's see. I've got 1, 2. This is not a keep. There's nothing we can do.
It's one land away from keep, unfortunately.
This is an interesting one. I'm going to keep
this. That's a pretty good hand. I would probably...
I'm going to turn 1, Darksteel Citadel, Signal Pest. Turn 2, Signal Pest, and then turn 3, Soul Artifact.
Yep.
And then our Soul Artifact, hopefully we'll swing for 7, and our 2 Signal Pests.
Is it actually more mana, or more damage to Soul Artifact next turn and Signal Pest the following turn?
No, because we can't swing. Because we'll have to tap out to swing, to cast it. If we draw a source of mana that's not a land, we can't.
That Glimmer... So the Glimmer Void can install the artifact.
Oh, you want to install the Signal Pest.
Just attack for 5.
You want to install the Signal Pest instead of the Darksteel Citadel.
Yeah, I mean, I think your plan is better.
Yeah, I don't like the...
Now, I'm wondering if my plan is more damage or not, and I have to do some math.
It is going to be more damage because it's going to kill...
But less inevitable, because the land is indestructible.
Yeah, our opponent having white sources.
So, you play... either land is fine. Don't forget and install the wrong...
Yeah. No.
Well, you'll be playing the Glimmer Void next turn, so...
That is one of the trickier parts about the client, is understanding which of the lands has Summoning Sickness and not, which is annoying. Yeah, with us having...
So 2 Signal Pests plus an Ensouled Citadel means that we'll have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 damage. That's pretty good.
We'll be swinging. We'll have a 3-turn clock. Now, we do lose to... Or we don't lose to... We get in a bad position if our opponent... I forgot what it's called. The Swords to Plowshares variant.
Can't. It's a land. You can't Swords to Plowshares the land, right?
No, it just says target creature.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you can do that. Now we're not really
Exalted.
in a bad place. It's just
Path to Exile. Oh, it came to me. Yeah, Path to Exile is the card to learn. No, it's not terrible. Let's go ahead and play our Glimmer Void. They're welcome to counter this. They need to counter this.
There aren't many things I could use to counter it.
No.
Now, attack.
Woo! All right.
And then you have to click through your triggers.
Oh yeah. So I actually need to look up some of the functions because there's functionalities that let you select all triggers and do yeah, okay, they have path. Well, yes, I would like to use Path to Exile's ability. Alright, so that takes a lot of pressure out of our hand. Alright, so next turn we're going to drop Inkmoth Nexus and we're going to go in on the Get Them to Poison plan. We're going to do 3 poison next turn.
Yep.
Our opponent needs more instant speed removal to deal with Inkmoth Nexus. So
Yeah, you could probably just have 6.
I do like this art to Path to Exile. It's the fancy one. Alright, so let's start with a Midnight and see if they want to counter that. I'm sure they don't.
Well, maybe they'll remand it.
I mean, it does cycle them a card. Alright, let's add a mana.
Don't forget to also play your other Econ Nexus.
Yep, we'll be doing that in second main phase.
Attack. Right click. Boom.
Alright, let's see if our opponent...
Click through your triggers.
It's so annoying that you can't just have 6 of those, but you do have to order them. I understand the importance of it. Alright, yeah, so we're playing the second Inkmoth Nexus afterwards. One of the basic tenets of most games, but especially Magic, is hiding as much information as possible as long as possible. If they have one way to get rid of this and they assume that this is our only infect creature, they may just try to kill this or use resources they would not normally, knowing that we had 2 Inkmoth Nexuses.
Yep.
And the Inkmoth Nexi will be very handy. Alright, now we have our opponent in a really rough spot. I'm expecting something like there may be Wrath or Wrath of God, Destroy All Creatures, or other variants of that, which is actually really fine because we have 2 poison represented. We have a very quick clock. Oh, there you go, Tech Edge. That's a reason not to have another land, which is fine.
So do we have to have 4 or 5 for Tech Edge
4.
to turn on? Okay.
If I had one of these artifact lands...
Well, so it's already on now, so you might as well go ahead and play the next land, right?
No, because he can only Tech Edge one of our creatures.
Oh, okay. Well, that's difficult. So, animate both of our creatures and swing.
And then second main phase, play a Cranial Plating and threaten. We also... So this is one of the...
Second main phase, you're not going to have any mana. You're just going to have 1 Dark Steel Citadel. Right? No, I mean, you don't play the card in your hand, right? You just attack for the both Blink Moths, or both Ink Moths.
He kills one and he takes 3 poison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then if you draw... Our next turn, you'll be able to finish him, I think. And then animate the second one when you get a chance.
And then we just hold the land back.
Yeah, hold the land back in case he has another Tech Edge in his hand.
Yeah.
And then if he doesn't play one, you play the land. I think you get Cranial Plating, click, death, right?
Yeah. Alright, so our
now you declare them all as attackers.
Yep. So our other option was to go with the damage, which I don't think is right. I think Brad's plan.
Yeah, switching gears now. Click through your triggers. I think switching options now is not as good.
So I don't really think they need that Tech Edge ability. Okay, yeah.
What? I would Tech Edge.
Yeah, I thought he was not for a moment.
So now he goes up to 6 poison, and then next turn we Cranial Plating, and if it doesn't get countered, kill him. So be sure to play the land before the Cranial Plating, though.
We won't have enough mana to activate and use Cranial Plating.
We will if you play that Citadel. Right? Nope, we're still one shot.
Yeah.
So maybe you should go ahead and play that land then. Of course, that turns on his tech edge, so it's really up to you.
We can just take the 2-turn safe win.
Okay.
He can't tech us anymore, and Signal Pest will add 3 more, and then 3 more.
So we could actually draw some sort of source of land to get this.
Yeah, if we draw a Mox Opal, we'll kill him that turn as well.
Not to mention, he is actually at 9 too, so...
Perfect.
Nice.
It's a good thing for us. Oh no, that's not a good thing. Glimmer Void, no, I loved you.
Awesome.
Alright. We have a 2/2. Now, the reason instead of just attacking with the Inkmoth Nexus is our opponent needs to answer this so it represents the same amount of poison again.
Oh, another 2.
Yeah, 1 over 2 turns or 2 over 1 turn. It lets us resolve the threat that our opponent needs to answer. So
Ooh,
that doesn't
did
matter.
not expect that.
No, it's probably 1 of against control. I don't think it's very good, and I don't think we care.
What'd it get? Does it say?
Yeah, it's right here.
Oh.
Got Darksteel Citadel, Mox Opal. Alright, I think we just activate the Inkmoth Nexus and attack for 4.
Well, you might as well attack the Planeswalker with the 2, right?
So put him at 7.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, we can attack the Planeswalker. Alright, let's go ahead and activate this, regardless. Because I don't think we want to play the Arcbound Ravager or the Cranial Plating.
Oh, they're attacking for 3, actually. Nice. So now...
Attack with all creatures. Here we go. Alright, we're attacking.
I think, yeah, go ahead and attack.
It's a 3-turn clock on that, and a 4-turn clock on that.
Well, so he can play our Vault Scourge
Okay,
as a blocker, so...
This means
He can do that anyway, but it'll kill the
Ashiok. Yeah, that's a good point. Because Alright, we're really hoping to draw a land here. A land is the optimal draw. Let's just play Arcbound Ravager and kill him. Alright, so our opponent, with that line that you talked about, the Vault Scourge, so they don't die to our Inkmoth Nexus, which is a reasonable play.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what they play this turn. Can they activate? They can activate this, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They can activate Celestial Colonnade at this point.
Oh, so we can't really attack very easily then.
This will be a 3/3, not quite big enough. We can put Cranial Plating on Master of Ethereum and make him trade, though. Which is what we're going to do. Okay, so we can either activate both of our Nexuses and attack with our 4/4. No, we're just going to play the Cranial.
Wait. If
No.
you... Hold on a second.
We can attack with the 4.
So, if you activate your Inkmoth and attack, it'll be a 2/2, and they'll have to put the Vault Scourge in front of it. They no longer have the mana to activate the column.
Correct. That is a much better line than my line of making him block the Master of Ethereum.
So now you can also attack with the Master of Ethereum
Yeah, we're attacking
to
with
his face.
Yeah, there's
So
everything.
he will go down to 6. And if he blocks wrong, he dies.
So always Shiftless thinks we should have dropped the Ravager. What do you think that the Ravager is providing over this line that we took? I think that this is the best line I've heard so far. But which direction do you think the Ravager ends up going? Right, so we dropped the Ravager. I don't know if he meant before or after.
I think he meant instead of the Cranial Plating. That would have been a good play as well.
Oh, that's a very nice play by him.
Oh, nice.
And that would have been the advantage to that play, is that the Ravager would have gotten us out of that position.
Right.
Because we could have sacked it in response.
Very controlling matchup.
Yeah. This is the matchup we bring Tezzeret in. This is the matchup we bring the Thoughtseizes
So you
in.
could probably have 6.
Multiple Ashioks is a very interesting card.
What do you get?
Midnight and a Vault Scourge. Oh no.
What?
I don't know which one of these has... I don't know which one of these is the one that can attack. Alright, do you think we should attack for 2, or do you think I should play Arcbound Ravager?
I think you should attack bot for 1. And
So I should play Arcbound Ravager first.
Why would you play it before you attack?
So I can use this ability to sacrifice it in case he kills it.
Oh, okay.
I chose the right one! Alright, let's go ahead and attack Jewel.
How do you know which one to choose?
It's usually the back one. They drop on top of each other.
Oh, okay.
Alright. So, we are still in a very rough spot here. I can't really commit to killing him at any point. I don't think our opponent's going to tap out. And unfortunately, we had to tap out this turn, so if he kills Arcbound Ravager, we can't do anything to move the counters onto a Blink Moth. Which is really where I'd like to be, is having several counters on a Blink Moth. If we get to untap, I'll always have mana open to make a Blink Moth a creature in response to removal. So he's playing the Vault Scourge, trying to gain life, which makes a lot of sense.
There's no point in playing that. Is there?
Yeah, there is. It lets our Blink Moth be bigger.
How?
We can tap one to make it a creature, tap the other one to get +1/+1, and then
Oh, okay.
activate the other one. Wait, 1, 2... No, there's not. I was wrong. Oh, we can activate it on their turn.
Alright.
But we don't really have a good attack,
Why
do we?
didn't you turn a Blink Moth into a flyer?
Because the Celestial Colonnade.
Oh! Well, that would be a good reason.
We could have put 1, 2... That makes it only a 3/3. Our opponent has a lot of mana.
I can guess what this is.
Sphinx's Revelation? Do you think they would be playing Sphinx's Revelation?
I believe they are.
Playing 1 or 2?
Nah, they're probably playing 3.
That's a lot of them.
Well, once you draw 1, you draw the other 2, and you just keep gaining the life.
Yeah, but you can only have so many dead slots against decks that, combo decks.
Did they actually play anything, though? They tapped a bunch of mana, and then I didn't see them do anything with it.
It's because they had used a fetch land. Alright, let's put an out of grasp with the...
Totally called that.
Oh yeah, I mean, they're tapping all their lands. There's not anything else they're tapping all their lands for.
I thought they might be playing a miracle spell. As an instant. On our turn. I don't know.
No,
probably
not
not.
those either. Alright. So opponents has a good position in the
This game is basically over.
There's not many positions where we can sneak in any amount of poison damage. We'll probably... Well, I don't think we're getting any damage through... They've used 2 paths. Path is probably one of the only spells they have to win the game. Oh, and Cryptic Command.
Wow.
Good news. I can attack.
I'm very confused.
I'm going all in on one single Blink Moth Nexus while he's not tapped out.
He's 11.
I don't have any other choice.
Oh, okay.
Do you see another better play?
Oh,
I misclicked. Well,
concede the game.
yeah. I meant to put it on my. I have a 5/5 flyer, which we still probably would have lost.
I don't think that was a good play.
What do you think the other options are?
No, I think you're just losing.
So that's what I'm asking you: is do you think there was any better lines than going all in on that creature in the deck?
No.
Okay.
There wasn't. That wasn't a good line, and there wasn't.
That was the only line that we had.
You were correct.
Okay. I was making sure, because if we had a better line, I would have been happy to take it, but I didn't think we had any. Alright, so I like Stubborn Denial. I like Tezzeret. I like Etched Champion. I like Thought Seizes. These are the cards I like. Not sure if these are all the cards I want to play.
Now,
we don't want Install Artifacts. Right?
Yeah, I agree with that. And we probably don't need the Welding Jar.
Okay. Now, do we need the Memnites? Do we want to have more speed? Or do we want to have more durability? We need to make 4 cuts. Drop the Ravager. Always Shiftless says we drop the Ravager.
I think that was from way.
Oh, that's what he needs to play it, not dropping it. Okay.
So I would actually... I would keep in Stubborn Denial. You might be able to counter something important with that.
Well, we can also, if we draw it early, we can also use it, because he'll probably tap out early to counter something.
Well, he might tap out on 3 to play the Planeswalker, so...
Or tap out on 4 to Rathalos.
Alright, so maybe 2 Midnights, and...
Do you like the Thought Seizes?
Oh yeah, he's playing a control deck. Tearing his hand apart seems like the best idea.
Alright, so you think
if you manage to tear the Wrath out of his hand on turn 4, you just kill him.
Now, in this matchup, do we think that the Memnites... Are the Memnites better than the Ornithopters? Because I didn't see any creatures out of him.
Did you it's a good point. Yeah, just take the Ornithopters out.
Alright.
So we need 2 more cards, maybe 2 Memnites?
I don't think Vault Scourge is better than the other one either.
Did Memnite?
Yeah, he didn't have any creatures, right?
Seems fine.
So let's go ahead and take out all the Vault Scourges and keep the Ornithopters. Even though Vault Scourge represents more damage, it's not free. Okay, so we drop the Vault Scourges because I don't think we need to gain life.
Oh.
Is that correct?
No, they have natural power, though. I would stick with the ones that you don't need any other thing for.
It makes our explosive hands better with them. I think I'd rather have the free cards over the 1/1s.
Okay, let's try it.
There are 1/1s for 1, but I don't think
you do want to keep that blue mana up, so if you get the Serpent now.
I would definitely like to play first. Alright, this looks like a keep. Wait.
That Mox Opal's...
We really don't have that many cards to play, though. This is actually a mulligan.
I think it is a mulligan.
We don't really have anything that does... I think this is a mulligan.
That's rough.
I think we're going to lose. I think this is what we're keeping. Alright. Sometimes you just, the deck does not mulligan well. That is something I've noticed in every game I've played. This is a synergy-based aggro combo deck, and it's just not going to do a lot sometimes. Alright, here we go. Midnight cast.
Eat Moth Nexus Ravager.
And then next turn we're going to keep up a Stubborn Denial every other turn. I actually think that next turn we're going to make an Ink Moth Nexus into a creature and hit for a few poison. What is he pathing?
The Ravage.
Oh.
Isn't it?
Yeah. We would rather have a counter than a land right now. Alright.
So I think I would play the Steel Overseer and then
Attack him.
keep up the Glimmer Void.
Yep, that was my plan.
And attack him for 2.
I actually think next turn I'm going to activate both of my Inkmoth Nexuses. Use Steel Overseer's ability to put counters on them, keep the Stubborn Denial up, and hit him for 3.
We'll hit him for everything, right?
No, because these will have to tap each other for mana. They tap this tells for mana, essentially.
Yeah.
Alright. Oh, it's not bad. Well, he can counter it. So it goes away. It's rough. Alright. How much does Thoughtcast cost to play? 4. So we could play it. Do you think we're better? Let's attack first.
So you're not attacking with one of the Inkmoth Nexus?
No, I'm going to cast the Thoughtcast and give him the opportunity to counter our board. Oh, well, no, it wouldn't be free because we have to tap the other one for it.
Okay, that's not how I would have done that.
How would you have gone for that play?
Activate one of the Inkmoth Nexus, that makes it one cheaper, right?
Yeah, but you tap that land for it. And you essentially tap 2 lands to attack. You tap this to make that cheaper, but you still end up shy because you need 3 mana and you have 2 available.
Would that not have affected your Thoughtcast?
It would have made it too expensive to play by 1 mana.
I think what I would have done would have ended up with the same.
No. You would have tapped
An island to make an Inkmoth
into an artifact.
And then the Thoughtcast would have been 3 mana.
And you would have
But it would have been the same.
No. It would have cost 3, and you would have had Glimmer Point and an Inkmoth Nexus to use it, and that's it. Are you saying you would have activated it?
I would have activated it and then
not attacked and then used it. Okay, okay, that would work. No. Yeah, if we don't attack with it, it does give us another artifact account.
So
we would have had 2.
But it would have cost the same. Actually, we would have still tapped 4 lands.
So yeah, the best way to do it, actually, you're right, is to tap both of our Inkmoth Nexuses, turn them into creatures, and then hope to get Metalcraft effects.
Yeah.
Because we could have gotten...
That's the main difference.
Yeah, we could have had a Mox Lotus and a 1-drop. Alright, so I think we're going to play a Steel Overseer and leave up Stubborn Denial.
A lot of removal coming from him.
A 3-path to Exiles. You know, most games where you play 3-path to Exiles, you're doing good.
I agree. Especially against someone who doesn't go get the land.
We got the first one.
Yep. No, we get the second one, actually. The first one we sacrificed their Ravager.
Okay, yeah. Oh, thanks, sweet God. Alright, so I'm going to activate the Inkmoth Nexuses. If that resolves, then I'm going to play the Signal Pest. If that resolves, then I'm going to use the Overseer and leave us open to a Wrath effect.
Okay, so you're going to
activate.
Play one of the Signal Pests with the Inkmoth, right?
I'm going to activate and make the Inkmoth Nexuses both creatures first in case he kills our Steel Overseer in response.
Oh, okay. I see what you're trying to do now.
Okay, now I'm going to not have up Stubborn Denial. I am going to play Signal Pest. You think that's the right play?
Yes.
Alright.
We might have run him out of removal. It could have happened. No.
That's okay. I do not mind trading a Mana Leak there. Alright. Now we have two of flying infect creatures. I'm going to do this every turn until he presents more removal, which would be another Path to Exile probably, or wraths away our Steel Overseer. Jeez, the fourth path to exile. The trick to any good match is to just draw all 4 of your best card.
I do agree with that.
Gee.
Especially if we don't get to go get a land for it. Alright, don't hit F6. It's about to be your turn.
Alright, I think we activate the Inkmoth Nexus, tap this, and attack him for 3 Infect.
Yes.
Not leaving up Stubborn Denial.
Yeah, we're way past that.
Alright, if he has the 5th path to exile.
Then he still wins because apparently the game is just going to let him do that.
Alright, well, the real problem is...
actually, he could Snapcaster Path it right now. Which would be epic.
We didn't see
if he Snapcaster Path that.
We didn't see any Snapcaster.
I would have to walk away from the computer because I'd be laughing too hard.
Yeah.
If he has the 5th, well, that's actually possible, Daniel.
Right? Yeah.
So now he has the Colonnade.
It's true. We have a Blink Moth Nexus, though.
So we can actually get it to a
5/5. Yep.
Okay, so play the Blink Moth.
We don't have enough mana to, though, right now.
Oh, it costs 1. Right.
It costs 1 more. Yep.
So
I think we're going to play the Cranial Plating. We're going to activate the Inkmoth Nexus, make it bigger, play the Cranial Plating. And then next turn that'll force him to block.
Okay, so... Can you do it in a way where you can cast Thoughtcast?
No.
Now, if you played the Springleaf Drum instead, can you play Thoughtcast? Just because it makes it 1 cheaper.
There'd be 1, 2... Let's see.
How much does it cost now?
Costs 4. Springleaf Drum would make it cost 1 less.
Yeah, but it would cost you a mana to do that, so...
It would make it cost 1 less, because it's an artifact, and it caps for an artifact. But I would rather just have these have counters on them.
Okay. Well, do that then.
Alright.
Now, you're going to turn the other one on and...
No, we're going to place Cranial Plating. We're just going to let our opponent know that we have lethal next turn. He has to counter Cranial Plating, or he has to block Inkmoth Nexus, or he has to kill Inkmoth Nexus. He has a lot of outs. Fortunately, none of them are Path to Exile, because he's out of those.
Snapcaster.
No. So we're hoping to draw a land next turn. If we draw a land...
So next turn, our Stubborn Denial hard counters, right?
Yes.
Okay. So that's good.
Yeah, we have slowly worked our way to some semblance of not terrible, thanks to that. Alright.
Oh man, we still need 1 more mana. Go ahead and play the Springleaf Drum.
Off of the Blinkmoth Nexus. See if he counters that.
And then activate...
I think we should make it a 4/4 and pass.
No, activate the Inkmoth and swing, right? That makes it a 5/5. If you do that, right?
No, it's a 3/3. It'll be a 4/4 with that.
Wait, doesn't it have 3 1/1 counters on it?
Yeah, where was the other 1/1 counter come from?
Okay, so it is a 1/1.
Yeah,
so it's a 4/4, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so 5/5 when you activate the Overseer. So now it's big enough to attack.
Oh, you're saying drive that? Yeah.
Just attack. That's what I'm saying.
But then he can path it because we won't have Stubborn Denial up because we'll have this tapped and this tapped.
Okay, so just make it bigger?
Yeah.
Okay.
1 more turn. Our opponent doesn't have any pressure on us.
Well, I mean, he could path it anyway. Theoretically, you're not going to be able to cast that Stubborn Denial through his counter spells.
That's true, but it only has 1 card in hand.
Oh, okay.
He's certainly not expecting the Stubborn Denial, which we will Stubborn Denial whatever he's playing because it looks awesome. Worked pretty well for us.
That did work pretty well. I don't know why he left 2 mana up. Why would he leave 2 mana up?
To fight through Spell Pierce.
I'd forgotten that was a mono card. I thought it was banned for some reason. You realize you have a 5/5 there too, so
Yeah,
you can theoretically just beat him to death.
We'll probably just attack with both. Depends on what we draw.
Return target permanent to its owner's hand.
Yeah, sure. It's fine.
And draw a card. Nice.
I don't know if I would have played that land.
Alright, so now tap 3 mana and play the Etch Champion.
Yeah, we're just going to play Etch Champion and
then
attack for 5.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, here we go.
And then tap the Springleaf Drum and the Etch Champion to play the Springleaf Drum. Because why not?
We could have played the Thoughtcast.
Oh, well, you should have done that then. I didn't realize you could have, or I would have told you to do that.
Right? Yeah, we had. No, we were 1 shy.
No, we're not. Oh, yeah. Now we're not 1 shy.
Alright, so we have lethal on the board. Our opponent needs to play Wrath. They can also block with their Creeping Tar Pit or their Celestial Colonnade. Or double block.
Which is probably... Well, does he have enough mana to double block? I don't think so.
2, 3, 4, 5.
If
If
he plays a land, he does. That back in our hand.
Okay.
Well, it's a very long road. He drew another land, by the way, off that cryptic. So you have 3 mana. So if you play the Overseer and then play the Ravager, then you can kill him, right?
Yeah.
Do it either way. Just don't tap the Etch Champion. Whatever you're doing.
After blocks. Because then I can sacrifice 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is enough.
Well, so is he going to make the mistake of not blocking, though?
We'll do it after blocks are declared. He doesn't get the option to block.
His creatures are colorless.
No, they're not.
What?
All these become colored creatures.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, that's why they're coloring the mana things.
Ah. Alright, so he declared no blocks, so now you don't hit okay. You sacrifice things. Right?
I think he goes to declaring blocks next. But he hasn't activated his stuff, so it's too late.
He can't declare anything blocking that, so it's fine. Sacrifice an artifact?
I need to activate this.
Oh. That was a really long match.
Isn't this just game 2?
Is it? Because we only got 5 minutes.
That's fine.
Alright, now sack the Ravager to itself.
God damn it.
Concede. Just concede.
So bad with the interface.
You did it right every other time. Every other time until the last time.
Oh, that was bad.
Nice. Well, you've lost your clicking privileges.
Oh, I'm so bad at using Ravager.
And that ends our stream. Rage quit.
No, we'll play one more game. Brad, you want to play?
Nope. No, it's all you.
No.
It's all you. I need to walk away from the computer. That was wonderful, Daniel. Luckily, that matchup was for nothing but pride. Pride that you have no.
So this is why we're practicing, because, again, I'm not used to using Ravager, and I'm very good at
Misclick.
Losing the game that we were going to win. We worked hard to be in a position to win, to lose that turn. Hurt the soul. Hurt the soul right in here. Not going to make it. Alright. This hand looks completely unplayable except for we have a cranial plating, so it's a good keep. Alright, so 1, 2, 3. I think I'm actually going to start with the Ink Moth Nexus because it represents a lot more damage. Oh, my opponent's going first. Yeah, so Dr. Steve Brule and Always Shirtless, I made a very painful play. It's going to haunt me forever. Alright, we're playing some sort of Sweet Abzad, right? Probably not with Basic Swamp. Gravecrawler. Ugh, zombies. Alright, so... yeah, I want turn 1. Cranial plating. Multiple targets. Start with the Ink Moth Nexus in case I want to attack with that. Alright, now the question is, do we want to play Signal Pest and Vault Scourge, or do we want to play Cranial Plating? I think we want to play Signal Pest and Vault Scourge, because we have another land available. Alright, so... pay mana for that. And we'll pay 2 life for this. So next turn we will play and equip Cranial Plating. Now the downside to doing the Cranial Plating is that if they have a removal spell in response to our equip, we don't get to do the damage, whereas if we had other played and played the Cranial Plating first, we would definitely get to use the Cranial Plating effect, but having the more artifacts represented seems much better. Shirtless, we've been playing a lot of games. We haven't been throwing them, oh god, okay. We haven't been throwing them all away like I did the last match, because throwing matches away is apparently what I do best. Jeez. Hopefully we'll see a good hand. The really, really, really explosive hands are usually very hard to beat, so those aren't as exciting. I'm looking for the games where we have to grind out and at the last minute misclick on Ravager to lose the game. Or, you know, actually work through some interesting plays or not. However, just seeing the hands, whether or not I keep how far this deck can mulligan. Figuring out the mulligan point of a deck is something I like to do. I do it frequently. So this hand here is, I would say, a mid-tier hand. It's fine, right? I'm going to keep it because I've got a turn 1 play, I've got turn 0 plays, I've got a good strong turn 2 play. Really everything except for the Galvanic Blast is actually pretty exciting. Ooh. But seeing how well or not well this your hands can normally, or how far your hands can go down. In Paper Magic I play, I'm going to go with the Vault Scourge. I'm going to go with the Vault Scourge. Paper Magic I play Burn, and the mulligan point is about 5 cards. You can go to a 5-card hand with fairly reliable results. You lose a turn of explosiveness usually, which is bad, but you have to take it sometimes. Oh, what was this? Whoa. The chosen creature type is Worm. Brad, they chose Cavern of Souls on Worm.
You're dead.
I really am so confused. This is true terror. Alright. We're going to go with Darksteel Citadel. I think we're just going to get the Ravager down while we can. And get in for 1. No reason to attack, to sacrifice. I've seen people sacrifice aggressively with Arcbound Ravager. I'm usually a lot more conservative with it. I'm not sure how right or not that is. Arcbound Ravager introduces a lot of complexity into what would otherwise be a fairly linear, simplistic artifact combo deck. Our opponent's got some Chromatic Stars. Maybe we're seeing some sort of Revival Eggs. Ancient Stirrings. Okay, maybe my opponent's playing Elder Scale Worm. The, like, 8 or 9 mana worm that makes it so your opponent's life can't change, and it's really big.
More power to it.
I don't know. Hopefully we'll see what kind of cool stuff he does. They put Grove of the Burn Willows in their hand. I'm fine with that. Oh, this is Tron. They said worm because it's Death Coil Engine. Of course. Alright, so we just need to kill our opponent really quickly. Not sure we need this Blink Moth Nexus. I think I'm actually just going to sacrifice it to Arcbound Ravager. For the additional damage. I just want to kill him very quickly. Oh, God, I shouldn't have done that. Signal Pest is on the field. Ugh. Again. I am, well, our opponent doesn't, the Grove is because our opponent doesn't really care about our life total, and they care about theirs quite a bit. I still have to work out the kinks. Maybe sacrificing those two was not the correct answer with the Signal Pest represented. Because of the damage between Signal Pest and additional Signal Pests and or Cranial Plating represents more than the Arcbound Ravager. We'll see. Next turn we'll be attacking for 9, 10, 11 with our Ink Moth Nexus, Blink Moth Nexus, assuming we don't draw something better to play. Our opponent over here is not doing much though. They've just been getting a whole lot of nothing really. It is only turn 3. Oh, Relic. Yeah, that's fine. If I was them, would be popping the Relic right now. They know what's going on. There's not really an advantage to having cards in your graveyard. Yours is mine. Expedition map. They're getting there. Alright. Let's go ahead and attack. All creatures. Now the good news is the double Galvanic Blast puts us in a spot where if we draw a red source, we do have them just dead. They are in a position where I don't think they can actually win. Worm Coil Engine doesn't save them. I don't think any cards save them. Pyro Blast doesn't save them.
Miracle. Miracles. Miracle.
Not even Sweet Miracle save them. Fortunately. See what's coming down right here. Spell Skite. That is a solid card, but not a game-winning card. And Relic of Junis. Now we could have used Arcbound Ravager's ability in response to the Spell Skite. I don't really see that as something I want to do. If I draw another artifact that is worthless, I'll use it on the Arcbound Ravager. Here I'm not. I'm just going to activate this and swing in for lethal. Which I think swinging for lethal is usually the best play. If you can swing to kill somebody, go with that play. Alright, so against these guys, I think we just want the Thoughtseizes. What else do you think you want against Tron?
Against Tron.
I don't want Welding Jar.
Well, so your creatures that cannot die to their creatures, right? Or do most of their creatures end up being colorless?
The creatures are colorless.
Well, I would keep the Ensoul Artifact, because if you put it on one of your indestructible creatures, it blocks forever, right? And if you put it on your flyer, most of their...
I'm just trying to kill them before. If they can resolve their cards, we're going to lose.
Okay, so you're trying to go fast? Well, you should probably put Wear and Tear in there. Most of the things are artifacts.
Only... We can't kill their Planeswalkers, and killing their Worm Coil Engine's not going to save us.
Do they play lots of 1-mana spells? Do they play from their graveyard?
No, I'm debating if I want to
bring
bring
in anything for them.
Well, I'm not sure. We have Thoughtseize, which is a good card against them. I think I want to play the Thoughtseizes. I'm trying to decide if I want to play Tezzeret for inevitability. Probably not. I kind of like Master of Ethereum.
I didn't see any of the cards they played, so.
It's Tron, so they just play a bunch of things to accelerate and try to get out of turn 4 or 5 or 3. Worm Coil Engine or Karn or other things like that. They do have ways to just interact with get rid of all colorless things, but I think we still keep the Vault Scourges and the... I think I'm going to drop 1 Ensoul, 1 Memnite.
Alright.
And go with the Thought Casts, Thought Seizes, Galvanic Blasts.
Alright. Let's do it.
Let's see if this works out. I'm not sure if this is right. Challenge Someone does set down the baubles. The thing about the deck, though, is if you lose enough pressure, they will just play bigger stuff. You can shut out, 10 of their cards and 6 of yours, and you're still down.
Wow. This is an excellent hand.
Yes, it is.
So, Memnite,
Mox
Opal,
Springleaf Drum, Vault Scourge.
Vault Scourge, yeah.
No, Signal Pest.
So now you want Signal Pest, or you want Springleaf Drum, Signal Pest?
I can't play 2 Signal Pests.
Oh, okay, so
I want Springleaf Drum.
And then Signal Pest.
Signal Pest.
Well, you wanted the second Signal Pest. You just didn't have it in you.
If I had them both, I would have been very happy. Right, next turn we'll play Signal Pest, Vault Scourge. Ooh.
Whoa. Whoa.
Alright.
That was rough.
Well, now we can't do anything.
What?
What can you cast?
You don't have any mana. Wow.
Yeah. Turn 2 Pyroclasm makes us
was
lose.
Epic.
And if they turn 3 Karn, let's go ahead and concede. Let's go ahead and concede. What? He's making me exile a card from my hand? Let's not concede. I think I'm going to lose, though.
I don't know how you're going to beat a Resolve Karn.
With no board, probably not. Alright. I think that the sideboard's correct.
Man.
That was
the coolest death I've received.
So if Tron could do that with any sort of consistency, it would be a tier 1 deck. I think it's right below that. Because when Tron doesn't do anything, it doesn't do anything.
First.
Alright. I'll keep this.
Seems fun.
I don't know, actually.
No black mana, though.
I only have 1 spelling. I'm going to mulligan this. I'm going to be winning with Ink Moth, Neckness, and
Bleak
nothing
Moth?
else. Yeah.
Ink Moth, Bleak Moth? I mean, that's pretty fast clock, considering you have 2 Bleak Moths.
Alright, we'll give it a try.
So, Ink Moth, Nexus, and Vault Scourge.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to work, but if we draw any colored sources, we need Glimmer Void specifically. If we draw a Glimmer Void and we can Thought Seize, and then we can Thought Cast and Galvanic Blast, we might be somewhere, but next turn we hit for 1 poison, 1 infect, or 1 infect, 1 damage, and then the following turn we hit for 2 poison, 1 damage.
What are they? Oh.
Yeah, this guy's just too much Yeti for me. He's the maximum Yeti. Alright, Glimmer Void. That is actually
pretty epic.
Exactly what I wanted to see. Not excited about playing it here, but let's go ahead and take this Pyroclasm, right?
Yeah, you clear. Yeah.
Let's take the Pyroclasm.
Alright.
Actually, I don't know if I should have taken the Pyroclasm. Can't kill the Ink Moth Nexuses.
And you can't kill a flyer. Oh, wait, it does kill a flyer, right?
Ink Moth
Each
Nexus.
creature. Yeah.
The good news is we can use Ink Moth Nexus and activate it in response to target removal for Vault Scourge. Because Ink Moth Nexus being a creature saves it.
Oh, okay. He's about to have the Urzatron.
He doesn't have anything to play with it. Alright, let's play a second Ink Moth Nexus.
You probably should energize your first one. Wait. And attack with both, right?
Yep. And at the end of the turn, it's 1, 2, yeah. We'll Galvanic Blast something. He doesn't really have good targets other than himself.
So you don't have Metalcraft, though.
Oh, I do not, so we're going to hold on that. I always forget that we don't have Metalcraft. Well, I can do 2 damage to something if we really need to.
Oh, well, he just had it. He didn't have to
Just drew it
for it.
sometimes. But I don't... Unless he drew a card that actually lets him play something, he doesn't have anything.
Nope. Alright,
so we're going to play a land.
2 for the cranial plating.
1 to activate the Inkmoth Nexus, hit him for 1 poison, put him at 8. Put him at 2 poison, have a cranial plating out. Or, next turn, we can play the Blinkmoth Nexus, the cranial plating, play, equip, and activate the Nexus, and this turn we can activate and hit for 2 poison, which I think we're going to do.
Okay. Oh, so instead of swinging with 2 creatures with 1 poison each, you'd rather swing with 1 creature with 2 poison on it?
Yeah, I guess we could do it either way. The way our mana turned out, it's not cheaper or less cheap to do that. I guess it's actually more mana efficient to do it the other way.
No, it's not really more mana. It's just you're attacking with multiple creatures in case that happens.
Wow, I did not expect Krosan Grip out of the board.
I don't know that it's out of the board, but it probably is.
Yeah, there's no way you play Krosan Grip main board. I really don't know why you'd play it sideboard.
Well, for us.
Well, I mean, Krosan Grip as opposed to something like...
we gain for life.
Yeah.
He has a lot of mana, so...
The split second is the part that I would think would be more important.
Well,
right.
I think it's mostly that he has a lot of mana, so he doesn't care if it costs a lot.
Alright.
So, yeah, you would have gotten through with 1 poison to do it my way.
It's a big deal. That's 10% of the poison we need. I don't know why I thought about the more convoluted way. It might cost us the game. And the loss of land actually cost us the cranial plating plan as well.
So what about switching to damage and just clicking it to Vault Scourge and hitting?
For 2?
For... Yeah, it
For
would,
3?
Would be for 2.
For 3.
3.
Maybe. I'd rather be another plane with Oblivion Stone out, though.
You probably should play the Blink Moth.
Alright, do we want to play Thoughtcast off the Glimmer Void, or do you want to play into the Oblivion Stone? Or do we want to attack with the Ink Moth, pump it up once?
I say you attack the... You definitely cast the Thoughtcast first.
So
right?
you want to do Thoughtcast instead?
How much does it cost right now?
It costs 4. If we cast Thoughtcast, we can't attack with Ink Moth Nexus.
We can't do anything else. Well, so he's about to put a charge counter on something.
He's going to put it on Spellskite, if he puts it on anything. He might not put it on anything.
Yeah, he will. I mean, he's got nothing to do with his mana right now, so... we don't have any way of killing Spellskite, because we don't have but 1 artifact somehow.
But we can activate these when we want to and make it a Galvanic Blast target if we want. We can just activate all 3 of these, make them lands, kill that. We can activate 2 of these. So we can spend 2.
So why don't you just attack him for 1 then?
Okay.
No. Sorry. Attack him with 1...
It's too late for that now. Because I already hit F2.
Okay.
So
Well,
you want to attack him with 1
I meant attack him with 1 effect.
But then we don't have the ability to play Thoughtcast.
Yeah. You might as well go ahead and cast Thoughtcast at this point.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Now, you should turn your lands into creatures, right? And make
Yes.
thought casts cost less by 3.
Alright, let's see if we draw anything that has to do with Metalcraft. Specifically, Mox Opal Thoughtseize would be perfect. We did not.
Can you play a Glimmer Void? You've already
No.
played a land. Yeah.
I don't want to anyway. He's going to blow up this and we're going to lose this Glimmer Void. Which is fine. We don't need multiple lands. Alright, so your original thought was to attack with the Inkmoth Nexus, activate the other one, Galvanic Blast the Spellskite.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a reason you would rather have the Spellskite off the board rather than on?
I would only hit the spell Scott if he put a fate counter on it, which he did.
Because he has Pyroclasm.
Man, I did not realize what a hard matchup this is for us.
If he has answers, it's a very hard matchup. That's bad. We're going to lose to Ayabugan. Alright, we're going to activate Inkmoth Nexus and hit him for 1 poison.
You like that overplaying the Still Overseer.
He'll just pop his Oblivion Stone.
Let him pop his Oblivion Stone. I mean, for 1 card.
Would you rather have...
Well, if you cast Still Overseer and he pops his Oblivion Stone to destroy your Still Overseer and nothing else,
Right.
you're fine with that.
Actually, I'd rather him destroy my Cranial Plating.
Okay, well, play it. But what are you doing?
I wanted to see something. I wanted to see how the layering works on this. I'm pretty sure that we don't sacrifice Glimmer Void at the end of our turn now. Oh, I won't know because of fucking Cranial Plating. Jesus Christ.
I don't know what you're even doing, man.
I messed up. I meant to see... thought my original plan was not to play Cranial Plating, and I wanted to see if the layering of the Inkmoth Nexus being a creature at the end of the turn...
So
meant
now
that
if he's
Glimmer.
smart, he will take your Glimmer Void away from you.
It's fine.
I don't know what that card does. I can't
This-
read it.
It gets a colorless card from the top 5 of your library.
Oh, okay. Does it tell us what he get? Oh, okay.
A miracle. So he's got 1, 2,
3, 4, 5, 6,
6,
7, 8.
9, 10.
9,
He
10.
didn't have another option. He wouldn't have picked that if he could have played something else. He needs 13 mana.
Yep. Now he needs 13. I'm really surprised. Well, I would not have played that unless you need it right now.
We're going to try. Oh, because you think he's going to kill our artifacts. Alright. We're going to force his hand.
Don't do that until after he declares blocks and all that stuff.
He can't block.
Well, so you still do that in the blocking phase.
Or I hit F2 through attackers.
Play your Still Overseer. Don't.
Wait, no. We want him to pop the Oblivion Stone for just the Cranial Plating.
Oh, okay.
I just messed up really badly.
Well, I mean, that's why we're playing practice matches. So now he goes and gets the card he wants, which is,
Wormcoil Engine.
and then plays it.
Yeah. So yeah, if we had not lost the 4, we've missed 4 poison this game. Up to 4. It would have been 5 or 1 poison, but anyway. Yeah. We are not playing so well today.
Well, I mean, you just click through phases and stuff.
We don't need those phases. I'm better than that. Alright, so our opponent's tapping out for Oblivion Wormcoil, which is Actually, a very risky play if they do that.
What?
Oh, no. They're just casting Miracle there. That's right. All right, we're
taking
dead.
another turn?
Yeah, we're just
Yeah,
dead.
you got it.
All right. So even through all of our terrible play.
Nice. All right, you want me to try one or you want to keep going?
No, I'm going to let you try one. I've been hurting.
Scrubbing hard on this one. Or do you want to end it for today?
Nah, we'll go one more.
They get to go first.
Alright, so this game, we won't make any mistakes because Brad's playing and he won't click through phases.
This because I actually take 10 seconds to click through each phase because I'm slow.
Yeah.
Alright, so we've got the Dark Steel, the
It's a good
Midnight. Yep, seems like something I would keep.
I think I'm going to practice some off cam so that I don't have the
You really should. You embarrass me. Oh, it's actually his turn. I didn't know he got to take a turn because I'm playing Affinity, but I'm actually going to have 6 through his turn.
All right. You need to
Upkeep. That's fine. So I'm going to
Inkmoth Nexus.
Inkmoth, Mimnot, Ornithopter.
Signal Pest
I
represents
think I'll
more damage.
play Signal Pest because it represents more damage. And then F6.
All right. So next turn, do you think you'll be animating the Inkmoth Nexus, or are you going to try to commit more just regular damage and go for the? You need F6.
Really depends on what I draw. I think. Well, so the cranial plating might actually be better.
I would wait until you use 7 other mana. On 3 mana, you can play and equip a cranial plating, and often your opponent doesn't have the ability.
Whoa! He took.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
he didn't sack it into my turn for some reason.
Yeah, it's a big mistake. I do agree with taking the cranial plating there for him. I think that you.
He's got a tech edge. That's important. All right, so I definitely play the Citadel first.
I think you just activate the Inkmoth Nexus and get in for what is that? 1, 2. That's only 3 damage and 2 poison. 2 poison kills him in 5 turns. Or you can play
I think I
Springleaf
play
Drum
the Springleaf Drum and tap
Vault Scourge.
the Mimnot
No.
to animate the Inkmoth and then swing.
You wouldn't rather play the Springleaf Drum and the Vault Scourge and just go for the full damage? You want to go for the...
Oh, okay. We can do it that way. That's fine. He's only got 1 land.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Springleaf Drum.
It's one of the tough parts of playing the Affinity deck, too, is you need to make decisions if you're going to go for the Infect plan, which is very effective. It kills quite quickly, and all of your pumps count as an additional pump. The downside is you're missing out on the other damage of your deck. You only have 4 sources of Infect in it, and also the self-damage doesn't do anything. Yep. The part that really tipped me over here to the wanting to do the physical attack one
That's 3 instead of 1?
was the one less turn, but the Galvanic Blast. It does a lot more damage
Yeah,
right there.
it does make up for a lot of that stuff. So F2. Since we have the Galvanic Blast, I'm not going to have 6 through his turn since I can cast it.
We have the Vault Scourge and Springleaf Drum to throw a Galvanic Blast wherever we want.
Yep. That's odd. I guess he doesn't have a land.
He might be playing it second combat phase. Or he might not. I mean, I don't think he had a land when he didn't play Tech Edge.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, we should play the Midnight first, so that way we have access to what? What? Main deck expirate? Just randomly expirate a card? That's super awkward.
I don't know why I waited to my upkeep to play that.
Because it's after your draw phase. You already drew your card. So if we drew a whatever, it would be gone. Anyway.
Right. Okay. If he's gonna win doing that, then he's gonna win doing that. That's fine. So now we attack.
Yep. You can attack. You could have attacked with the Ink Moth Nexus for free as well.
Right. That should have been something I did. Choose and declare attackers.
I don't think it's particularly going to matter. I don't think our opponent's playing a decent deck. Although the way that we've been doing certain displays here, people might doubt our ability to play this deck at all.
Well, clearly we can.
Alright.
Damage.
Yeah, and we have lethal represented on the board. Our opponent can kill the spring. No, not spring. The signal pest, which would do the most amount of work. It would buy them essentially 2 turns. So they're playing black and red and white. Maybe not. They could have Bloodstained Miles in there for the black-white. Trying to put your opponent on colors based off of fetch lands is not really a skill per se.
He'd have 2 and nothing happened.
Our opponents put themselves dead this turn if they don't play something.
Yep. Woo!
That lantern.
They don't know they're dead, but they are.
Yeah, end of turn we just Galvanic Blast. I mean, it's a pretty risky play on their part, and Chromantic Lantern's not the kind of card you're normally wanting to play modern. Playing 3-mana spells that do not actively affect the board or get you far ahead or deal with opponents' cards is not very viable, especially when they don't have any sort of combo elements to it. Now, he could have a Fog. That wouldn't get him.
One day, they're going to have the Fog.
One day. Alright, so we just go to attack, and we go to the next round.
Okay, he doesn't die. He has the path.
Yep, we get the island.
Okay, yes.
Alright. So we've completely skewed the poison plan here. I'm going to be real sad if he has some sort of, like, wacky infinite life gain and we should have been poisoned the whole time. You click through the attack.
I don't want to attack unless it's for lethal, so...
Alright, yep, we're here to disappoint you guys. Just the more we can obviously make the worst and most, not even, like, misplays, just terrible, obvious errors.
Straight through the attack phase.
Declare attackers? Okay.
I blame the interface. That's clearly the problem here.
Alright, so our opponent gets another couple extra turns. If they play a Damnation, you could be in a lot of trouble. Or another Expirate for no reason.
Okay, that's great.
Alright, so play the Ink Moth Nexus. Activate the bottom Ink Moth Nexus. With the second ability. And then use the other Ink Moth Nexus. Oh, you can't pump it, never mind. It's only Blink Moth Nexus that pumps.
And then go into my attack phase. Attack with all creatures.
So the red line signifies time to attack. Just to make me and you feel worse. Alright, and F6. Yep, sure.
What happened?
He lightning helix one of our creatures.
Okay. That's great.
Looks like our opponent's playing some sort of 5-color control deck. Minus green. He's probably playing 4-color control.
Well, he does have green, technically.
He does.
Also, I shouldn't have played that land.
Because he can tech edge one of our lands.
He certainly can.
He can tech edge one of our 2 Inkmoth Nexuses.
Yep.
That's fine. I mean, it makes him keep the mana up. It ties his mana up. It's definitely the right play to play another Inkmoth Nexus.
He's thinking.
Alright, let's activate both Inkmoth Nexuses. He'll be able to kill one of them, which is fine, because that puts him at 3 mana instead of 5. Yeah, sure, Shiftless. We've been playing loose these last couple games. Hopefully we'll tighten up there a little bit more. We just gotta get... Oh, you don't want to attack with Ornithopter. Sure.
There's no point to attack with Ornithopter.
Leaving the Springleaf Drum up. We probably want to play another Springleaf Drum, though.
Yeah, I will. I'll actually just play the Mox Opal, too, I guess.
I like holding Mox Opal. Makes it look like we have some sort of spell that we don't. Our opponent's not necessarily thinking or not thinking about it, and Mox Opal's not... There's no downside to holding Mox Opal. Even if our opponent makes us discard it, it's not like we have too many terribly options. Oh! Hey, Electrolyze. I'm surprised they did not Electrolyze the Inkmoth Nexuses.
Well, they did kill 2 things, and they can still tech edge, so...
He should tech edge one of our Inkmoth Nexuses.
He is. No! Okay. Whatever. I'm not gonna read that.
He just gets to pick a card out of the top 3 cards of his library. Alright, let's go ahead and play our Springleaf Drum. What do you think about the Insult Root over Infect? We do both. The Insult Artifact. Springleaf Drum. One of the plays that you can do that's actually especially potent as well is activate your Inkmoth Nexus and put the Insult on it. Right now we're running 2 Insults and 4 Inkmoth Nexus. I think the reason you play the Inkmoth Nexus is really, though, is because they're land slots that represent significant threats. Like, you're not taking out... By taking out the Inkmoth Nexus, you don't get more different threats. You just get different lands. And none of those lands are as good as the Inkmoth Nexus. If we were in a situation where we had access to artifact lands, there would be decks that played Infect, and there would be decks that played all artifact lands. But that's not really the current situation of Modern. If you played a Legacy version, per se, then you might have different options. I think we're... You want to just go for the win here?
How?
Activate Inkmoth Nexus, activate Inkmoth Nexus, sacrifice all, put on the Ornithopter. Swing for 5.
He's got 2 cards in his hand. That's probably not a good idea.
Do you want to eat one of the Inkmoth, the Spring Leaf? Do you want to play Mox Opal?
So, if we...
Okay, we should play Mox Opal.
I agree with that.
Alright, you want to keep Ravager until you can swing with Ravager. And swing with Ravager and Ornithopter and Inkmoth Nexus is 4 lethal. When he tries to counter or kill one, then that's when you move the counters. Is that what you want to do? Okay, well you should just do it in response. Eat, you can kill him unless he has 2 removal spells, by the way. I think that's what we should do. I think you should.
So if we put all of them on an Inkmoth Nexus, then Tech Edge blows us out.
No, you just put them all on the Ornithopter. We have more than 5 artifacts.
Alright.
So activate your Inkmoth Nexuses by tapping them.
Tap.
You've got to wait for it to resolve. Alright, right click the Arcbound Ravager. Yep. The Darksteel Citadel. Now just sacrifice the Darksteel Citadel, leave that other one there, and if he doesn't have another spell, then let his Lightning Bolt resolve and put 2 damage on it.
Well, it's already got 4,
Yeah, okay,
so I can let it resolve, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so then I hit F2, right, to let that resolve? Or is F2 through my whole turn?
No, F2 again. F2 is just okay. Alright. I think that he doesn't have another removal spell. You should eat the Mox Opal and then put all the counters on the Ornithopter. Or you can wait a turn and attack with the Arcbound Ravager and the Ornithopter and have him to have 2 removal spells. Actually, I like that play better. So.
He didn't, I guess he didn't have the chance to tech edge anything now because we're at 3 lands.
Yep, so.
Okay, so sacrifice it to itself and put it on the Ornithopter?
You have 2 options. If you think he has a removal spell in hand, you don't. If he has a removal spell in hand, you lose if you do that.
Oh, yep, definitely.
Okay.
And then. Let's what does this thing do?
Click on the Arcbound Ravager trigger.
This thing and then this thing.
Yeah. Alright.
There we go.
Alright, you did okay. This is a really risky play. If our opponent had 2...
Use the Arcbound Ravager's ability? Yes.
You don't have to. Alright, our opponent didn't, they get a die.
Alright, so now go to our attack step. Click right through it.
Right click. Alright, we're waiting on our opponent.
Yeah, I know. I'm just going to keep doing this until it pops up.
Oh my
the
God.
right way.
It's so annoying. Alright, so our opponent realized they made a mistake. We made... Oh, no, they had path. Yeah, that's the reason I thought there was a bad play. Is if they have 2 pieces of removal, we lose. Whereas if we waited for them to draw a card, then we didn't lose.
How do we not lose?
If you had Ornithopter and Ravager, if they tried to path the Ravager into turn, you sacrifice the Ravager to put on the Ornithopter.
Oh, okay. Alright.
Yeah, like Carnage said, you just wait till the next turn and you do that. So, like, that was the play that had a lot of high risk, and I don't think it was worth much reward.
No,
like
it wasn't. What are the odds that they had 2 removal spells, though?
Pretty good, because they bolted us knowing that we were going to do that. They wanted us to make the poor play, which we did. They don't have any cards in hand, but they have a Celestial Colonnade.
And, yeah.
Shiftless is definitely right on leaving your stuff unsacked until blockers. We sacked for the Lightning Bolt stuff, but the rest of it we should have waited. Okay, that's interesting. Our opponent's going for the win.
Yep.
Their only win conditions may be lands like Colonnade. Their deck's different. I don't think a 5-color deck is viable in this format, really. So we hit for 1 poison and we play that. It's you need to. All right. Alright, our opponent's just going for the kill here, which they have in 3 turns. I really disagree with this play. We actually have a lot of ways to just kill them. I guess we don't have Galvanic Blast, and we don't have the plating. Oh, there's your bolt. F2.
Nice.
Let's go ahead and play your Signal Pest and then F6, so you can attack. F6. Alright. I'm good enough. 6 to this one.
So let's see. We hit them for 2, and then hit them for 2, and then block. Oh, we can't block. It doesn't have fly.
Yeah, we kind of
hosed
missed
that
the
one.
boat on the last few games. We promised the last game in this match would be good. We won't make any mistakes.
Dun, dun, dun.
Scout's honor. Ugh. Alright, so let's just activate and attack with all. Alright. So the plan for tomorrow is we're playing Paper Magic, Legacy, Modern, and Standard. We'll have the Standard decks we have represented usually the wide variety, Abzan decks, Jeskai decks. What other decks? Do we have a Dragons deck playing or not right now?
Don't know.
Alright. Modern, we have a pretty good variety as well. There's a Grixis Brew one of our guys is working on. Hopefully that'll come out.
Oh, he's decided to switch to blocking.
Abzan, okay. That's awkward of them. Alright, so now we just put that on Darksteel Citadel and attack for 5 and with Inkmoth Nexus.
Now, why not put it on... Oh, never mind, because it'd fall off.
Yeah.
Alright. Yep, that seems to be the best play. So... Insult Artifact on the Darksteel. And we'll tap this.
And use attack for 5. Well, actually, we can attack with... Well, we don't really need to attack with both. Yeah, just attack with the...
I mean...
for 5. If we attack with the Signal Pest, and he has some way of removing the Insult Artifact, then we lose both for no reason.
Okay.
It doesn't represent any quicker of a clock, but does represent a lot more risk if he has certain cards. Man, even through all of these really bad decisions we've made in this game, we were still plowing through for some amount of competitiveness. If our opponent had attacked last turn, we would be dead.
Yep.
Okay, so they have something. Path, I would assume. Snapcaster Path. Okay.
Do I have to click anything? I don't think so.
No, they cast the Path. They get a win. I think I'm going to take over for the next game because I don't think we'll have enough time to play 2 games. You have to take the high risk of missing attack phases. And
I don't know what they just did.
they messed up their path.
Change places.
Alright. This loss will be on me. Brad's passing it over so that I can die.
Oh, we're at 2.
Yeah. Alright. Begin sideboarding. So this deck's weird. I just want more threats. That's it. I really don't care about what's in their deck. I just want to play more threats. I don't want to play Welding Jar. I don't want to play Insult Artifact. They didn't really play. They didn't play anything. They just played a bunch of random cards.
I mean, I guess you're right.
I guess I'd rather have Thoughtseize than Insult Artifact.
Yeah.
That's about it. Alright, that's what we're going with.
Seems fine.
Okay, so for our last 2 games, the goal is to make no misplays. No misplays! Dubious tree branching plays, okay, but no misplays. Just, let's not skip an attack phase.
Nice.
The lowest of standards for you guys here at Mobius Pick. Just base level. You can't even see my hands because they're just going down to the ground. They're going through molten ground, past the lava and the earth.
It's real bad.
To bring you guys.
We had several chances and we gave them all away.
I think we've thrown away like 3 games. Like, you know.
Luckily, this is all just practice. Yay!
Relic for the snaps. Yeah. I could see relics for the snaps. I'd rather have a higher threat density, but I definitely could see that. Yeah, I'd like to play Thirst first. This looks terrible.
Yeah, there's no creatures in that.
This is keepable. Not really.
It's fine.
No, it's not.
Well, I don't think you want to mulligan again.
You think I just want to go with the Inkmoth Nexus? And
You could disagree with me.
I don't think we're going to be able to go to 5. I don't think this deck has the ability to mulligan to 5 well. So, you know, we could have started off terribly by just accidentally hitting keep. I almost accidentally hit keep. Like, the first misplay we could have made is almost the one I made.
Nice.
Just scrub out from the beginning. Alright.
Thoughtseize. Ah, Inquisition.
Doesn't do much. I mean, it does get...
Kicks the master, right?
Yeah.
And now he's going to take it from our deck on the next turn.
I don't care. Wait.
You're in upkeep, so...
I hope that's the right one. I hope it a lot. It is! We made it somewhere in the world, Brad.
What infect?
Alright. So next turn we're just dropping the Springleaf Drum, activating and attacking for 1.
So
Okay.
Darksteel Citadel, Springleaf Drum, activate attack for 1.
Glimmer Void Springleaf Drum, because we won't be able to have a 4th land due to the attack edge.
Does this change your play? Would you rather have the Steel Overseer and not attack? Just play the Springleaf Drum? Wait, can you play the Springleaf Drum and then use the Springleaf Drum?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
But I would rather have Steel Overseer and these two. I can activate an Inkmoth Nexus. It doesn't do much for me.
If only it gave you enough artifacts.
Next turn, we're going to use Springleaf Drum. We're going to make both of these 2/2s.
Yep.
We're going to go with the plan of trying to have a creature on board so we can activate 2 Inkmoth Nexuses. Nexus.
So you're going to activate one Inkmoth Nexus to swing, and then the other Inkmoth Nexus you're going to activate itself just to put the counter on it.
Yeah, hopefully we draw a creature, and I can actually play a 2-mana creature with the Springleaf Drum, or 1-mana creature with the Grimmauld Void and Springleaf Drum, use the Steel Overseer to pound ball 3, or, you know, take that plan away from me. Steal the victory that I want so badly. Anyway, I would have liked to have multiple creatures out so I can use Springleaf Drum effectively. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, and then you can use
Yeah.
that mana to make you an
Activate
Inkmoth
and
Nexus.
hit for 1. Alright. So, the reason I don't like this play is if our opponent kills the Arcbound Ravager on their turn, we don't get to put the counter anywhere.
But it's only 1 counter.
Yeah. It represents quite a bit more damage with Inkmoth Nexus, though. We could sacrifice it now, but we're not going to. If we can untap, if we can just shade 1 turn, we'll be in a great spot. We'll see what happens. The Arcbound Ravager could allow us to play the Darksteel Citadel.
So that's a bad idea.
I think it's a bad idea, too. If we had a Darksteel Citadel down... Oh, this is interesting. So they're going to take the Thoughtcast. If they tap any other lands, I will play the Darksteel Citadel and sacrifice it to Arcbound Ravager.
Ah.
Or I'll have Arcbound Ravager die.
Alright, now just draw another Arcbound Ravager.
That would be okay.
That's not bad.
It's okay.
Going up to 3 poison.
Yeah, the reason I was considering putting that the counter on the land was because it represents so much more damage. It literally doubles the clock. So
Yeah.
we could have gone with that plan. There were a lot of
So you
lanes.
think not attacking that one turn in order to keep the Ravager up? Keep the ability to move the counter?
Maybe. The good news is if Vault Scourge doesn't die, we can just attack with 2 Inkmoth Nexus. Like, we're getting to a position where we'll be able to attack with multiple Inkmoth Nexus no matter what.
You notice they haven't drawn another land.
Yeah, they can kill our terrible creatures and take 1 poison as many turns as, hopefully we can dish it out.
Yeah.
Our problem's
This
gonna
is
be-
because they're mana.
They're mana
constrained.
screwed. Yeah, they're screwed right now, which is fine. I mean, they have 3 lands. But it's also them having to leave up the tech edge as well.
So if you play the Darksteel Citadel, they will get a chance to destroy an Inkmoth Nexus, but it'll cost them a land,
Yeah.
which is a pretty odd circumstance. Don't play that. I know you almost clicked it, but
I
don't.
want to, but I can't. Alright, so let's go ahead and tap this, tap this. Make that a creature. Let's make both of our guys a creature, actually. And attack our opponent for 2. Let's auto concede. You like how concede is just one of the options?
Nah, it's crazy.
Just, I give up. Springleaf Drum's doing some work for us here. Our opponent probably should be killing one of Inkmoth Nexuses, but I don't think they have the ability to. If they do kill one of Inkmoth Nexuses, we'll play our Blinkmoth immediately afterwards. Ah, they wore us. But they didn't tore us. Wear and Tear is a split card. Alright. Second main phase, we're going to drop the... Do you think we should wait in case we draw another Inkmoth Nexus?
Probably. Doesn't cost you anything to wait. You're not attacking with it.
So this is really showcasing the power of the Inkmoth Nexuses. I think it's one of the reasons that Affinity is one of the better decks. I don't think it would be nearly as strong without this ability to put on significant pressure from just a few cards. Our opponent has made it to the Promised Land. Alright. We can wait till after blocks are declared to do all of this. Not really that much reason. Opponent could take the 1 poison, but I think doubling the poison scale is... Oh, he's got 1 removal. We'll see another...
Snapcaster Warrior?
Yeah. Alright. So now we're in on dealing 10 with creatures.
Nice.
Yeah. Really just haven't gotten a lot of momentum at the same time. Throwing out 1 card at a time plays very well into Control's plan of answering 1 or 2 threats a turn.
Didn't exceed that coming.
Jace, I think, actually is moderately playable with the amount of... what are they called?
What his +1s completely stonewalls this right now.
Not just us, also Young Pyromancer. I'm not surprised to see that card. I think this is one of the better reasons to be playing multiple colors.
Alright. Let's try something good. Like that.
I can live with this. Let's go ahead and kill... I don't know if we killed Jace or not.
It's only plus what? 4? So yeah, we do kill Jace.
You don't want to put your opponent on a 2-turn clock? You think I should kill Jace instead?
He can draw a lot of cards with that Jace.
Alright, let's go ahead and kill him. It doesn't kill his Jace.
What? Oh my goodness.
It's when it attacks.
Wow.
You can't draw cards with it, but we have to attack it twice to get there.
Man, that's rough. Math is hard.
Yeah, Jace's ability is whenever a creature attacks. So it can still be used to block effectively. Good news is we can tap all these for swamps now. Which, normally wouldn't be relevant, but cranial plating actually makes it extremely relevant. I can move that at instant speed.
If you had another creature, that'd be
If I had another creature. Alright, so we're going to attack
Math
Jace again.
is difficult.
Yeah. If he doesn't answer it, we're going to attack Jace again. Our opponent should attack for 2. Yep. Shiftless talks about presenting lethal in those 2 turns. Well,
it would have been 3.
Yeah, the same amount. I'm not sure if we should have attacked him or if we should have attacked...
Well, since Jace didn't die, we should have definitely attacked him. But this did keep him from drawing extra cards. So
this turn...
Wow.
It's a rough one.
So
I don't want to play land.
do you want to
activate?
Do you want to attack?
If I activate, this doesn't do anything, though.
Do you want to kill Jace or not kill Jace? That's the only thing.
Yeah, we want to kill Jace.
Okay.
I mean, there's a good chance he has removal. And we can't play another land either. And the good news is we can block and kill his creature, but it will trade with our Blink Moth Nexus. So I don't think we actually want to do that. You should have attacked Jace to prevent the draw. We did attack Jace.
So that's what we should have done.
We did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did what we should have.
Yep. Alright, so... Yeah, activating Blink Moth Nexus and blocking seems like a bad plan here.
I mean, you're at 18, so...
Yeah. Draw, here we go. Alright, so we're going to activate Blink Moth Nexus, put on Cranial Plating, attack Jace. Alright, our opponent is getting rid of a bunch of cards we'd like to have with cards that they probably shouldn't play. I mean, I get that it's an anti-combo measure.
Igmoth?
Yeah.
No, he's targeting the Ravager. Right?
Yes. We
Okay.
don't have Breakdown Ravagers. Guess this. Activate. Equip.
So you want to kill Jace again, or you want to just take him?
We're gonna kill Jace. I'd rather him not draw a bunch of cards.
And the removal never ends.
Well, our opponent this turn should minus Jace.
Depends on what he has in his hand, but probably.
Almost definitely. We only have one threat on the board. Yeah. Alright,
So, I don't... Oh, yeah. You separate the pile, so he chooses the pile, right?
Yeah.
That's what you're trying to do, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the one I want. He probably... It doesn't really matter which one he picks. He's probably going to pick the Chromatic Lantern one. I'd rather him not have split second. Not sure if that's going to matter.
Which one did you pick? How do you know?
The other ones went to his exile zone. The bottom of his library.
Yeah, that's why I don't know. Well, he picked the pile of Chromatic Lantern, probably.
Yeah. And he also was down to just one card. It's unfortunate. He's out of cards at that point. But if the draws favor us, we might be in a position to do okay. We have been drawing really well. Like, we're just drawing creature after creature after creature. Alright, let's get in there. Alright, so our opponent should kill this with his last removal spell.
So now...
We don't need to count that for 2 life.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
We can use either of our mighty swamps.
All the swamps. Because why not?
Alright, so our opponent is hopefully out of removal spells. We can kill Jace, gain 5 life, and then try to race. And we need to be a little bit quicker on turns as well. So we're running out of time. Now if our opponent drew another removal spell, we are likely to lose. That. Attack Jace. Does he have the last removal spell? He does. Which, it's not unreasonable. They've had a lot of turns to draw. Alright. I think we are going to lose. I think I'm about to concede. I can't concede. It's game 2. We lost game 1. I forgot. If this was game 1, I would concede here to try to have enough time.
You should just have 6 this turn.
To be in a position not to lose. But because it's game 2, we have to play through this and lose slowly.
Alright, well. That was fun.
It's a bad plays on our part. That's what happens when you make mistakes. You get to lose the game. Not always. Sometimes you get to win the game because you made mistakes. Sometimes you get to lose the game because you played great. But I feel like we earned our losses here.
So earlier you shouldn't have cast the Darksteel Sigma.
You are correct. Because of his tech edge.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, let's see what we got. He's just going to tech edge right now.
No.
He's going to Lightning Helix, Snapcaster Lightning Helix us.
How did you cast the Lightning Helix?
Chromatic Lantern.
Oh.
Alright. That depressing match will end our segment today. We beg for forgiveness, and tomorrow will be better plays. And Thursday will be the plan for his Modern Masters draft. With less misplays, and, you know,
Yep.
us not scrubbing out as hard as possible.
We hope.
We hope.
Modern Masters is very fun to draft. At least
Yeah.
it was in paper.
A lot of the archetypes are really good in it, too. I don't think that there's... I mean, there might be
A lot
worse
of the rares
colors.
are actually worth some money in paper. Not sure about online.
The value of it might be a little bit dubious there. We might be kind of in an awkward rut there. We may or may not play Modern Masters a lot.
I want to do it at least once.
I'm sure we'll do it at least 2 or 3 times. And then we'll either go back to Tempest Remastered. We'll stick with Real Modern Remasters if we're feeling strong with it. And otherwise, we'll just start defaulting towards either Cons Drafts or Dragons Drafts, depending on what you guys want to see.
I'd rather just keep playing Modern, but...
Yeah.
Draft's fun.
If we do poor at it, it's not going to be easy.
Modern, when we get well enough, it's only 6 tickets to play, right? So that's actually cheaper than a draft.
Oh, yeah. Because
if we can get where we don't make misclicks and stuff, I don't mind being bad at the deck as long as I can use the interface. I actually don't mind being bad at the interface as long as I can use the deck, but right now we're doing both wrong. So
we're just going both ways on that. Yeah. So anyway, tomorrow about what time?
So tomorrow we'll probably be streaming around 4, and then Thursday will be around 6. I believe. Yeah, Central.
Yep, 4 o'clock tomorrow around Central, and 6 o'clock the next day. So Mobius Pick. See you then.